Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You're laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. This by the end of the year. How are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another beautiful day here. And we welcome you wherever you are, any part of the world where you're watching us from. Today is a beautiful day. We had the first session of this program, and we're now concluding on the second session. Of course, you know, we're going to be touching on various things today. We're going to talk about the work of Dr. Chichi, obviously, which we're going to be reviewing at the beginning of this program. But we're going to go ahead also and talk about other aspects of life in Nigeria. We're going to talk about the football and the season and how I've come to almost the final and semi-final and the final, obviously, of the World Cup. We're also going to talk about, the recent interview that was granted by Daniel Bwala, wherein he said that those of you abroad who are doing all kinds of menial jobs with your PhD, that those who are doing, first entry level of civil service jobs are better than you guys. They are doing better, and you guys are just doing nonsense. And Daniel Bwala called you guys out. And so if you are those of you who parade PhD, whether you are Dr. Emeritus or not, and you're not working in the degree which you parade, you are probably doing one of those Daniel Bwala I'm talking about. But these days we know that age is no longer the factor to be clever, to be intelligent, or to be wise. So my good general would say, even the old, even the foolish people get old, or so one cannot understand how someone like Daniel Bwala could say that. But anyway, that's going to be part of what we'll be discussing, and I would like to welcome all of you. I've already sent out the link. Unfortunately, I'm starting a bit late because my videos refuse to load, and so you just have yours beloved here, and those of you will be coming in. Let's Jojo, because as long as we are joined, Joe, there'll be no war. Thank you very much, and please, as you come in, please endeavor to subscribe, endeavor to like, so that we can grow more audience. We'll be happier, because those days when we used to be in primary school, whenever we're going to close, the last subject for the day is always singing. And we go like singing. The more we are together, so the more we are together, the merrier, and the happier we shall be. So all of you out there, please invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, even invite your enemy. Let us be more together. Perhaps one of them will get sense from what we are saying here, or even give us an idea that will improve our own lives as we judge on this channel. So I say to you, you are welcome, and let us roll in a very nice way. I would like to play you an advice from one of my uncles who I respect so much. Here, they are part of those who are, running down Nigeria in their own style. Let's listen to him.
1,911,844,833 naira and 46. I'll take that again. 1,911 1,911,844,000,000 1,000,000,000. This money is too much for me. 1,000,000,000.
You can imagine the money is too much for him, but these days that money is no longer too much for him because one man puts it in his pocket. But what can we say? That's where the crux of the matter is. What will be too much? Where will it be enough for the Nigerian people to step out and make a change in what's going on in our country? What will be enough? Where shall we get to? And we can all say this is far too much. We need to take an action. One of the things I don't forget easily is one of the things that the Southern African people were saying. We have fixed our country, go fix yours. You leave your country, you don't want to fight for your country, you want to come to our own. But perhaps if we fix Nigeria, the whole of Africa will have been in Nigeria because we have the resources, we have the ability, we have the mentality, we have what it takes. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to celebrate a young man in Aba last week launched a cell phone, all for developed in Aba. 60% of what they are using, you all found in Aba, and he developed every single part. This is the kind of talent we have in Nigeria, and this is what we are trying to bring to the fore. If anybody says that Igbos are agitating, we're only agitating because we feel that the potentials of Nigeria have been fully harnessed. And as long as we're not able to harness our full potential, we'll continue to be called a third world country. And nobody is going to help us harness our full potentials. It is we, the people, that will go out there and make the best of what we find ourselves. And we're able to do that. I have no iota of doubt in my mind that if there is a level playing ground in Nigeria for all, every part of Nigeria will shine. And I say that with due respect to every part, whether right now you see your state or your tribe are not doing very well. I say that everybody, every single part of Nigeria has something they can offer to the Federation. So what is it? Why we are the ones being our own enemy? Look at the young lady we're talking to today. She is a shining light in the area of dental health. And these are Nigerians who are full of ideas, who are full of what it takes to turn around the fortunes of Nigeria in the health sector. Dr. Chichi is not an ordinary doctor and doesn't come cheap. Listening to her today, I was so happy that this is coming from one of us, and we have many more who can do better. Such in a place where people like development, in the place where she comes from, especially the southeast, they would have been able to call her and go into an agreement and a partnership with her, so that she can bring the wealth of her experience. We shouldn't be only stealing money to buy Prado Jeeps and Toyota Land Cruisers or Escalades. We should also invest those money in the livelihood of our people. If we invested what we have, no Nigerian will travel out of Nigeria. We all will be in Nigeria and making sure that we bring our own part of the world even to a center stage. Nigeria would have been a destination. It would have been a destination, not would have been a destination. Will not be on the arrival queues. Will have been a destination for every one of us. Whether you like it or not, whether you support what I'm saying or not, whether you see it in a different way or not, the truth of the matter is that we're not there yet. And nobody really seemed to be bothered that we're not there. Yet we have so much money that we're spending on things that don't matter. Anyway, having said that, I want to welcome you all. I want to say thank you for joining us again. And please don't forget to like, share, and indeed subscribe. Subscription is free. Rudolph has made it such a way that you are not paying anything. Just subscribe. Our goal here is to be able to talk to ourselves, get ourselves to a point where we'll be angry enough to cause a change in the society, in our own society, in Nigeria, where things are going from bad to worse. Whether you like it or not, that is who we are. And that is the truth situation. When you come to this channel, please have open mind, because we also have open mind to hear you, to listen to your views and accept it as your view. And by the way, you are entitled to have your view here. So come into 90 Minutes Africa, and let's, for this 1 minute, 90 minutes, share and, rejoice one another on that which we saw, what we have achieved so far. Today, I also want to send a condolence message to the family of Senator Graham. Lindsey Graham is one of those. I've always loved the man. Right from, when I was in Nigeria, I followed him a lot. I like his politics. I may not agree with all that he stands for, but I think he was a true patriot, a patriot of America. And it's even today I learned that he used to be in the army. So these are people, when they are speaking because they've not only put their lives on the line, they were stood out for America. So little wonder you can see that when it comes to defending America and speaking, standing for America, they do not bat an eye to tell you where America belongs, at the forefront, at the very number one. We'll have people like that in our nations representing us and speaking because they have put their lives on the line and they are now in the service of their fatherland. We will have seen things differently. We will not be embezzling our money and sending it abroad and buying houses that we don't live, neither do our family members live. Yet we pay rent, yet we pay mortgage, we pay the services, the electricity and water yearly, monthly, okay, to have those things be in our names. But these are patriotic Americans. They stand out, when people stand, they stand out. So we want to say we commiserate with his family. We say that he may find rest in God, and those of us who are younger than him, who are also in line with what he stands for, at this hour should make sure that his legacy is not forgotten. We cherish him, and may his soul rest in peace. All right. Haven't been able to cross through those parts. I've also advertised the link. So let's go in a little bit while we wait for gentlemen and ladies. Now, if you notice, follow Nigerian politics, you will have found out that two major issues, Nigerian media space is being inundated with a lot of information and a lot of news. In fact, every week. So this week we have the release of the school children, which was like a fun, and it was like, I have not seen that kind of thing before. I must confess, that the children were released and the whole nation or the part of the country went, wild. Okay, the other side of it, the downside of it is that a lieutenant was lost in that encounter, who was buried yesterday. You also know that two teachers in that encounter. One of them was shot on that same school. He died on the spot, and the other one, you all know what they did to him. I don't want to mention that because of policies of this channel. But it is sad to note that we are now a people who cannot confront our enemies. It is sad to know that we are not able to stand firm as a nation and say, this has gone too far. Enough is enough. Today, I also want to report to you that there was another attack in Plateau that have taken lives. And there was another attack in Otukpo, a place called, just a few miles out of Otukpo, Otukpicho as they call it, was also attacked, and lives were lost. I think about 10 so far. I tried to get in touch with my friends who are from there, and one of them gave me the account of what went on. Gentlemen and ladies, if you are listening to me today, the question is, how long shall this continue? Are we waiting until there's nobody to talk about it before the Nigerian people wake up? Do we think there's a Messiah that's going to come from anywhere to come and save us? I think it's time for us to make hay while the sun is still shining. I think it's time for the different ethnic nationalities in Nigeria to have a national dialogue with themselves, not national dialogue as in national. No, the T people should rise up and know that this is no longer APC and PDP affair or ND or whatever. This is no longer politics. It is fight for survival. The Idoma people should rise up. The Igede people should rise up. The Basange, Basankomo, they should rise up. If you don't rise up, just like Tiwa Danjuma said, it may be too late when you realize that it's time to move. The people who are carrying out these things are not about to stop. And they're not going to stop until we do something. So get ready. Let your communities meet. Don't go to sleep, all of you. Do not go to sleep. Make sure that you guard yourselves. Even if you don't have weapon, have whistles that you can blow. When many people sound whistles in the whole night, and everybody's, everybody wakes up at the same time, you may be able to mitigate what they have planned to do, and you take them unawares, because at this point they would not have known that this plan is on the line. Gentlemen and ladies, if you have relatives in Nigeria, tell them it is time to do it differently. If you don't do it differently, we may wake up one day and the minority is no longer in where majorities used to be. And when I say that, I mean that in the north, Christianity would have been extinct. And sometimes when we talk about these things, some people say, try to tell us herders farmers clash. That's not like herders farmers clash. Nothing like that. Because every time these clashes happen, we only see the farmers, the herders on the ground. Plateau State, for all I know, and for as long as I can remember, has been on a target, on their radar. Benue State have been on the radar. Taraba State have been on the radar for a very long time. And I know that when we were growing up, they used to call Jos, J-O-S, Jesus our Savior. Whether that's the meaning of the name Jos or not, it tells one story. It is a Christian community. Jos used to house almost a lot of the people in Jos were, missionaries. And they stayed in Jos because of the weather and the hospitable people that they found. Jos is very hospitable, very friendly people. And so they attracted a lot of missionaries who established all kinds of institutions in Jos. Of course, if you know that you have the Fatima Private School in Jos. Of course, you have the, what's the other one? The Ola Hospital in Jos. You have the Miango Rest Home, which is one of the best homes. You have the Hillcrest. Okay. You have, I can go on and on, St. Michael's and the rest. You have, lots of, those, missionary work and missionary institutions, Christian institutions that have kept Jos going. Okay. And so anybody who comes to tell us a different story now, that this is not about religion or has never been about religion, I will never accept that, because I have seen it go. Even when there was no religious crisis in Nigeria, there was a struggle to possess Jos. And for those of us who are Christians, I want to let you know that Jos is almost the highest point in Nigeria. And for those of you who have traveled in Nigeria, if you know the railway that you cross before entering the city of Jos, there is a signpost there by the left hand side if you're coming from Abuja, showing you the highest point in Nigeria is that spot. So we know the importance of Jos, because if you're a prayerful person, you know the importance of height. We know the reason why the Jos is one of the things they are struggling for. And if you are from Plateau State and you don't know the reason, then it's a shame, because you can tell yourself that some lies, but you can't deceive everybody all the time. And I'm not in any way against Islam. I'm not. I don't have anything against them. But just like we Christians say, Christianity is a personal thing. I don't have to force anybody to be a Christian. We can talk about it. We can, but it is left to you if you want to be or you don't want to be. I shouldn't have to force you. And so if it comes to a point where it becomes a fight, then you have overstepped your boundary. Having said that, so that is part of our discussion today. We also want to talk about that which Peter Obi is going through. For those of you who already know what Peter Obi is going through, it is time for us to sit down and have a national discourse. I want to say this ahead of, I will not say I'm not a Peter Obi supporter. I'm not here representing any political party. But all I'm saying is that let the man's life not be in the, part of the bargain for Nigeria to become, a civilized, or should I say, move forward. That would be too bad. That would be too bad. Because there are many other politicians in Nigeria, whether they were favorably disposed towards the government or not, nobody has gone to threaten them. And I do not believe in that thing that some people say, once you sign up for politics, you have signed up for your lives to be terminated. No. We're not the only practicing democracy in the world. We are not the only people practicing democracy in the world. And we don't see all those people fighting themselves or buying their own people. Okay? So let us learn from the best practices. That's what, those of you who like the UN and what it stands for, this is something called best practice. We shouldn't be looking at only the negative part of how things end. We should look at best practice around the world and adapt that which is the best practice. Well, I don't want to say more. For one reason or the other, I'm not seeing, I'm not seeing how people come on. However, like I said, I don't know why my videos refuse to load. I tried my best to get them to load, and it won't load. So, yes, so I will go ahead and let's talk about oral health, just like our sister Dr. Chichi said. Dr. Chichi made it very clear that we need to always have our buccal cavity, our mouth checked, and that's one thing we're not good at. I only go to the dentist when I feel my teeth have pained me enough and I'm not able to find remedy in the house. We go from using what's that all kinds of native or traditional method, and then before we eventually go to the dentist. But she is saying today to us that even the mouth alone can become a point of what eventually some people will suffer towards the later part of their lives. So we must have to get our tooth checked. We must have to get our mouth properly washed twice a day. I must confess, I tried to do that twice a day when I was younger. But now, the exigencies of life is making us not to be able to do some of those things. But today she was able to let us know that it's very important to do that. She also came with a very young man who I was so impressed. I've been trying to write a book since as far as I can remember. I'm only able to have it in the draft form. Even the draft form is not finished. But this young man challenged us all today because his book is in the market there. And I advise all of you to look at the book, to get it and to be able to read it. Very inspiring. And from what I heard, I've not read it myself, but from what I heard him talk about, and those people who have read it talk about, it's very inspiring. It's good for you to get it for yourself and for your kids, so that they too can be better than what we are doing. You know, the things that we must learn from the Western world, that every experience is put in book form. And if we are doing that, we will be better people today. Every experience is put in a book form. You know, if it is in the Western world that will have that armed robber guy, that guy who was kidnapping people in Lagos, what's his name now? You know, by now we have a book. Somebody will have written a book on that account and try to, debrief him of how his operations was, and this will form the part of learning in the security outfits that we have, because that experience will have been studied, will have been they will have taken it wholesomely and look at every part of how he was able to operate undercover for such a long time before being arrested. And that will form the genesis of learning. But you see, we even till now are still doing oral tradition. And that's why a president can wake up and say, subsidy is gone. And the next day, all of us are queuing up in the filling station. No policy, nobody sits together to trash the idea and they look at every side of the coin. Nothing. And then the next day, all Nigerians are running helter-skelter to get themselves, into positions. Tomorrow they'll tell you, oh, your driver's license, you need to now go back, and we have changed the driver's license. You must get it in 2 weeks. And then the whole Nigerians will leave what they're supposed to be doing that month and begin to go queue up in the driver's license to get in the road to get their license. Before you finish that, I say, oh, now you have to change your BVN. You need to add this now. You need to add the date of birth, or you need to correct the date, or you need to change your phone numbers. And then all of us will rush to go and queue up in the BVN. Is that how a country operates, for crying out loud? Is that why the place where you're living, is that how they operate? Is that how they operate a system that works? Somebody just wakes up and makes a statement. That's it. One time road safety got up and say, oh, now you must carry a reflectors behind your vehicle. But your vehicle have brake lights behind, and even what's the other light you call tail light. Okay, but they say you must include reflectors, and if you don't include reflectors, so will happen. Everybody was out looking for how to buy reflectors. People who sell reflectors, in fact, they direct you to a particular person who said the original one that is reflected. If you don't buy from that person, whatever if when the road safety stop you, they will charge you. So all of us go make that man a millionaire, whoever he is, at the end of maybe 2 months, 3 months after that. That's the kind of nation we have. And somebody says it is okay. A nation that nobody listens to the poor. In fact, everything that is not difficult, once the policy is not difficult enough for Nigerians to suffer, government don't like it. That's why somebody can wake up and tell us now it's Ashwebi they want to be using for NYSC. And that's why we recommend that if it has become Adire now for NYSC, let the Southwest use Adire, let the Southeast use Isiago, let the North use Agbada and Danshiki. So let the T people use Ange, the white and black stripe. Let the Idoma people use the red and black stripe. Let the the Naya Delta people use the white over white long gown. So we know we are promoting and putting money in the hands of our Nigerians. And even like that, we should go further. Let's change the uniform of the Navy, the Air Force, and the police, the Army. Let them also be going to use traditional Nigerian clothes. We should maybe sew Agbada for the Army, so that the Army can be using Agbada to go to war. We can sew the Air Force. We can sew them danshiki. You know, because how long we tend to sell ourselves to the world as people who do not have ability to think, to process thoughts. You know, and so I'm wondering how a minister can sit down and it's so beautiful for him to change NYSC uniform. NYSC, before it was formed by professors. The committee that formed NYSC were, I think, about 6 or 7 professors who sat through the process. They thought through every process. And now, just because you are politics have made you a minister, you think you are better off, and so only you can sit down and take decisions on what, without the people's input. But I'm not even surprised, because our national anthem was changed in less than 24 hours without any thoughts. The police service, state police, in less than 24 hours with no public input. And when we say we are joking, people who come here and they come to think it's about Tinubu. It's not about Tinubu. It's about the fact that we are not operating like a nation that have something to offer the world. But you and I know that Nigerians have something to offer, because we have proven that over and over and over. If you doubt me, let's just go back to the world event that's happening right now in the World Cup. How many Nigerians featured there? Nigeria as a nation, they didn't come, but Nigerians were there. And we not only represented well. So it's not surprising that a country that can do such marvelously well within a short period of time is not able to get its act together. I think, so, to me, it's surprising. There was a time I was told there's only one Nigerian that's able, that in the history of Boeing, have manned 2 stations. One in Nigeria, manned 2 stations. But we don't see those people. And when those people come to try to help, we rubbish them. We rubbish them. We make nonsense of their policies. And when they're tired, they go back to where they're coming from and say, I've tried my best. We need to wake up and we need to do better. All right. I think I've said my bit. Yes, and then let me also, touch a bit on the issue of Mr. Obi. Mr. Obi and every other person who is contesting for Nigeria, contesting the presidential election, needs protection. That's how it's done in every other nation. Okay, even if you don't want to give him full protection, at least you should give him some form of protection. And I don't think, some people say, is it not any other, like any, what is he? Is it not? No. He's not like any other man. Let's face the fact. He's not like any other man. He's a man, yes, but not like any other man. If Peter Obi decided on his own to become who he is by virtue of the fact that we are in a capitalist society in Nigeria where money talks, okay, and he said to flaunt his riches, people will never even get able to meet with him. Not even the person who is locking that, his tire of his vehicle, because he will come. If Yahoo boys, are they able to lock Yahoo boys their tires? Talk more of somebody who has made his money, who the system has for 8 years been looking for what to hold him with. They've not been able to hold him. What can I torchlight that now? And let's torchlight it. Gentlemen, come in, let's torchlight these things. So don't look at it's not a monologue. So that we can all be able to rub minds together and hear your view. Okay. And as the World Cup draws close, also I would like to ask, who do you think is going to run away with the cup? I am suspecting that France will run away with this cup. And but you all can come in and let's find out who you think will be able to carry this cup away for this season that we're in. I know that it's been keenly contested, and I'm proud to say that Africa showed very strong, very strong very strong showing. Yeah, Africa did the best. And in fact, since the World Cup, I think this is the best showing we have put up. Even though Morocco almost spoiled our form by saying they are not Africans and Africa shouldn't support them. And when they said that, of course, they went home because the African spirit left them and they couldn't do anything. We should stop joking. We should stop joking. First king, nobody make you Igbo. You can be first king, you know, be Igbo. Africa, Nigeria life start. You understand what I'm saying? We are not. We know they shake. We know they shake. I tell you the truth. And so I think that it's been well contested, and America have great showing. America have shown that indeed they are entertainment, capital of the world. And I'm pleased with the technical quality of the game so far, in terms of coverages. The camera angles are wonderful. Yes, I have at the top. Let me welcome him. Mr. Ike, welcome. And I have spoken so much that I'm beginning to wonder whether I'm the only one in the studio. Even Rudolph, who said he's coming in, I have not seen him. So I'm wondering whether I've become a prodigal son. I didn't know that there's one prodigal son in Nigeria, and they are the Fulanis and the Boko Haram people. And, so, but you're welcome, Mr. Ike. You've seen what our sister said, our sister, Dr. Chichi. She was able to distinguish herself and in her service and everything. So before we go on to other topics, what will be your take for what you heard from Dr. Chichi and the young man who was in the studio earlier this afternoon?
Well, AJ, welcome back again. Sorry. You know that I did ask question when she was here, and I think after the conversation, when Dr. Damages, when we had our opinion, I did say that it was a very good outing, and I was impressed with her academic excellence and everything he talked about in her profession. And it's so one of the painful part of the whole story is because these are great men and women of Nigerian professionals that are outside, that are supposed to be in the country to make the country work. Or you can see that we are scattered all over the world, making great things in other countries of the world, helping to write the names of other countries on a gold map because of the kind of government we have in Nigeria. That is a pity that this is what we see. Travel from one part of the world to another part of the world, everywhere you go, in all the professional fields, you find great men and women of Nigeria of excellence, doing wonderful things. And we begin to wonder what is happening to our own dear country, Nigeria, where they come from. There are so many reasons why it is like that. We don't have a government. Most people who tried to come back in Nigeria during the time of when Babangida was looking out for Nigerian, intellectuals, most of them came back. And some of them who tried to put in their professional experience were not given the opportunity to do that. Some of them left. And most of them left and never come back. And some of them ended up joining the corruption of Nigeria and begin to swallow, the corrupt system of Nigeria. So most of the time, I don't blame most of them who who really do not want to go back to try this because the system will not allow you to operate. If you want to operate professionally, the system might not allow you. And at the end of the day, remember what she said, somebody who used to go to Nigeria for, they ship medical equipment. It's even a white man. Discovered that some of them were stolen. And because of that, the man said he cannot go back to Nigeria anymore. So these are the prices we have to pay because of our system that we operate in Nigeria and because of the corruption and maladministration we have in Nigeria. But all the same, I thank God for her for what she's doing. She and the husband, um, she's a star in her own profession, and I think um, I'm very happy to listen to her. For me personally, I have um, she made me gain little things I wanted to know about my dental problem and situation. So yeah, it was helpful for me personally. And when she was making setting the toothbrush and the toothpaste that we need to use, when he was talking about the hard and the medium, I was laughing because almost every Nigerian use the hard toothbrush. Nobody want to go to soft. But as a professional and as um, the lady that is in the field is telling us today that if you want to make use of toothbrush, you use soft. And I think I'm going to believe her, and I'm going to throw away every brush I have because my brushes are hard or medium. And by tomorrow, I have to go and buy soft brush, even though I have electric brush, which my dentist recommended for me for over 2 or 3 years now. But most of the time, I don't use it. Sometimes when I go to my bathroom cupboard, what my hands get immediately is my toothbrush. So I think I will have to develop my mind going back to my electric brush and keep using it because it's good, it's better, even it's better than brush because you can anyhow you want to use it, it can go everywhere and touch everywhere. But with the brush also in the process, because we use hard, the process you put wounds everywhere. So I think coming here was a very big lesson for a lot of us and for a lot of families because like as I said before, here when I came here early, there was insurance were covering dentists, but all of a sudden, insurance don't cover dentists anymore. So that prevent a lot of families from going because, like as we said, it's expensive in our own eye. But when she was explaining, you can also agree with that it's not expensive because some of the happy hours we spend in happy hours. If you are saving some $5 for 6 months out of the money for the happy hour, I think that you can be able to go to the dentist and take care of yourself. So I completely agreed with her that we should really take care of ourselves. We should really put interest in trying to take care of our dental needs and our dental problems. The son, I think he is a blessing. Like I said when I came in, I think a family that has physically challenged children is tough. And trying to bring them up to be what they want to be in life is a lot of sacrifices. But when they were giving story about their family background, I was really happy, and I believe that's why I said that I'm proud to be an Igbo man because family is very important to every Igbo man. We care much about family, irrespective of whatever that is going on. At the end of the day, our family is very important to us. So people will recognize family. So for the young boy, like I said, sky is the beginning for him. I think I don't know who asked him. He said he want to be an author, and I think he started in a good note. He started in a very good, positive way for him to be able to achieve that dream. And he has a parents and he have family that support him in everything he wants to do. So I think it's a blessing, and a lot of family that has, people like him. It's very tough for a lot of them to be able to handle. But I thank God for Jason, and I thank God for the parents. And I think he should be an encouragement. A lot of family that have, physically challenged children. That it doesn't matter whatever that you think that is not complete in your life. God can still use it to touch many lives, and I think it is what Jason is all about. So I thank God for the family, and I thank God for um, what she's doing, and I believe that um, she's open-minded to, and some question asked her, she'll be ready to, put her professional ideas to make a better society. I think that was very, very, interesting. So it was a very good outing, and I enjoyed every bit of it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was again trying to see if my videos can load up, and it's refusing to load up. But no, nothing spoiled. Now, she says something about the fact that well, you also said the same thing. Why is it difficult for us to take? We can go to the hospital for any other thing, but we don't usually go to the hospital for the mouth issue. And from what she's saying, the mouth is really where most of the problem starts. I'm saying that because I want to encourage myself to also, spend time to go to the dentist. Um, but above all, why is it difficult for our own nation, our own people? Because today, looking at the mortality for women is highest in Nigeria at childbirth. Why is it difficult for us as a government to invest on health of our people? Why is it so difficult? Because the money the presidency spend on itself alone is more than the money they invest in health for the whole Nigeria. Why do we work in that order?
And that's the problem, because the uh, health is very, very important to life, and health and education is not something that government anywhere should play with. But that is not a priority in Nigerian government. So we are not surprised that Nigerians are suffering medically because of lack of, medical facilities. Even the one that we have, there is nothing to write home about any of them. And some of them that are functional, how many family can afford to pay? Because it's not most doctors who are working in the public sector, who are working in government hospitals. When you go to government hospital, they will write medication for you, and they will direct you to their private clinics to go there for treatment. So it is a situation whereby, who do you blame? Do you want to blame a doctor who want to make a living? Or do you want to blame a government who is not ready to invest any money to be able to help the common citizens of their country, more especially in our country? You know, um, local community health centers in Nigeria. How many do we have in many states? So it's tough. And also, when you're talking about dentists, is our mindset is from is from kind of the mindset in Nigeria. Nobody talks about going to take care of his teeth or whatever. But if, like as you said, if somebody is having a toothache, there is always a local remedy for people to take. And, but for us, now that we have been able to advance in our lives, traveled wide, far and wide and near, and we're beginning to understand that our mind is connected to every part of our lives, that we need to, be careful and take care of it. So it's a kind of reorientation and trying to educate people that it is good to go and see the dentist. But the big question is, how many dentists do you have? Um, for example, in Olu local government, for example, I don't know if there is any dentist in Olu. I don't know. Maybe, probably there might be. So if you're talking about Olu, what of towns? How many towns do you have um, where you have dentists? And if there are dentists that are private, how many people patronize them in Nigeria? So it's a very tough situation until the government of Nigeria begin to place more uh, commitment to having a better health policy for their citizens. I think that's the time our mindset will be able to change towards, whether you want to go to the dentist or you want to go to hospital for normal treatment. A lot of people in Nigeria don't go to hospital because they don't believe the doctors, they don't believe the hospitals, they don't believe the medication they give them. They believe whatever they are eating there is chalk. So there is fear everywhere. There is fear all around about Nigerian, health industry. So even the medicine you are buying in the market or the pharmacy, you are not sure that it's original because of the level of, fake medication that is everywhere, scattered all over the place. So you don't know which one you are taking. You don't know which medication is the real one. So it is very, very difficult. And I think that most of our medical professionals that are outside I think they will want to help, but the environment and the condition probably is not conducive for them to be able to give the kind of help that they can render for our people. And also, like for her and the husband who try to do, community health outreaches and the rest of them. I thank God for them and I praise them for doing it. So my brother is very tough. It's very difficult in Nigeria because the government is not interested. We invest money on things that doesn't make any sense, and we leave the things that will give us life. Are we not watching in Nigerian hospitals when somebody is being operated with either candle or torch from telephone or lamp, a doctor is using to do operation, or for a lady who is trying to deliver a baby? It's only in our country. So it is sad that the doctor is operating somebody and we are using telephone torch to do operation. It's only in Nigeria that you can see such a thing. So it's a system that has collapsed. So all these kind of brothers and sisters who are in this field, they will want to bring in their expertise to help the government to operate a system that works for everybody. But what is the condition? Is it possible in Nigeria? No. The answer is no. And that's why some of them, they cry. They are not happy what is going on in their country. They are helping people in the country where they are and making them have a better life, making them have a better health, but they can't help their people back home. Most of them are not happy what is going on, but what choice do they have? Because if you go back home, if you are not ready to dance the system of the corruption that is already existing, you can't survive. They will sabotage you. They will make sure you don't survive. They will frustrate you and make you to get away and leave. So that a white doctor who went to Nigeria to distribute medical equipment that was stolen. Well, tomorrow are you going to tell him to go back to Nigeria to go back to do such a thing? Even though she said she tried to defend it, even though she know that it is what is going on, but she loved to defend her country, and I praise her for that. But that's not enough. For us, we are talking to ourselves right now. A white man who wants to go and help our people, medical equipment that people contributed money to ship to Nigeria for the betterment of Nigerians in Nigeria. It's stolen. This is the country we have found ourselves. So, I mean, it is very tough, that even a member of your family is sick in Nigeria and you want to send money to them to go to hospital. They will tell you they are not ready to go to hospital because the medication they are giving them in the hospital, they are not sure that it's working. They are not even sure that it's working. You go into the pharmacy to buy medication, you don't know what you are buying. I was seeing on Facebook this week or last week somebody who said he went to buy egg roll, and when he opened the egg roll, what he saw there, what he saw inside the egg roll was angana ka ọ hụrụ n'ime the egg is what he saw in the egg roll. This is the country we are talking about, that people are trying to make money at any cost. People want to live, people want to survive. So if for example you are not a Nigerian and you are living in Nigeria, or you visited Nigeria and you see that egg roll, somebody is selling an egg roll to you, and you buy that egg roll because you want to eat, and eventually you open it and you discover that it is got an egg that is inside the egg roll. What kind of image? What are you going to do to convince that person to remain or to trust anybody in Nigeria?
Nothing. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Ike, for Alpha. There's a particular Mustafa. I'm calling Mustafa out because you have making some comment I don't understand. Well, so let's go there. Let's go to the issue that has to do with Peter Obi. And you see, I'm one of those people who do not like the comment that Tinubu is playing his politics. Because politics is not corruption. Politics is not doing evil. Politics is not scoffing the opposition. We know what politics is. We have seen other countries play politics. Other countries are still playing it even till this moment. So let's not make it look as if Nigeria started playing politics and we invented politics. No, politics is being played, not only in Nigeria alone, but all across, some countries in Africa and the whole of Europe. So we know how. In fact, yesterday somebody said on this program there is a country where the president rides bicycle every day to go to his work and come back, and even when he finishes his presidency, he's still riding his bicycle. Yeah, we know of the
prime minister of the Royal Kingdom of the Netherlands. That is the prime minister.
Okay, there is also a president who owed a Beetle. He and his wife, they have a Beetle, the small blue Beetle. I can still remember the picture. That was what he owned before he became president. That was what he had after he became president. That is his old house is still what they are living in. So we know what
Julius Nyerere has nothing.
Yes.
When he was president of Tanzania, what does Julius Nyerere had? What does Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia had? Nothing.
Yes. These are
great men. These are great men.
We are going far. Right behind our backyard, Thomas Sankara had nothing. He didn't even have a house. Okay, he was living in his father's house. Okay, and what he had at that time before he became president was a Renault 12. I can say that more because I did a lot of research on who the man Thomas Sankara was. The great opera of the Eastern region. It was at his death that the people of the Eastern region contributed to build a house so that when he comes, when they bring his corpse, at least people will have some prestige. He didn't have anything. He didn't have money he amassed, even though he was one of those people that the history of the economy of the world will not forget in a hurry. So let's not make it look as if we have not seen great leaders of our time. Aminu Kano, please tell me, you are from the north because your name is Mustafa Abdul Karim Abdul Razak. You are either from the north or you're from the western part of Nigeria. Tell me what house Aminu Kano has, who is the founder of PRP. Tell me.
You know the Talakawas.
Yes. What is the wealth he amassed?
Shagari, what did Shagari have? Shagari himself.
Shagari was a primary school teacher.
What Shagari?
What did he have? What did he leave for his children? So when people get into office and they decide to use the commonwealth of the people to enrich themselves and their family, we should not say they are playing politics. We say these people are simply corrupt and they are using our general wealth to make themselves better than us and elevate themselves to a point where they begin to see themselves as the messiah of the people. Look, some of us know these people. We know who they were. Some of them were working in the garages. Okay? And today they are making look as if they came down from the sky yesterday and to come and rule over us. Now, so when you say that, I would like you to look at the link and come in and tell us why you think that Tinubu is playing the politics that is acceptable to everybody or what he's doing and which way Obi should play his own politics. But I want to go ahead and ask you this. You have heard the story of Obi and the airport people. Some people are saying that Obi didn't introduce himself very well and that immediately people realized that he was Obi, they allowed his car go. But Obi said that even when he said, this is who I am, they said, so what? So, the Igbos have a proverb. When the bird is dancing on the middle of the pathway to the farm, he's dancing, he saw you and he's dancing and dancing, that you should look very well. The thing that's playing the drum is not too far from where the bird is dancing. Okay, so in other words, these people could have asked Obi, so what? And like some people have come here to say that the place he parked was not a proper place to park. Obi is almost living in the air. So you cannot tell me that Obi's driver and his personnel don't know where to park in an airport. Because this airport, Obi is always flying almost on daily basis to different parts of Nigeria. He's always on the move. Are you saying he doesn't know airport protocol? Are you saying that? And then how be it that Festus Keyamo could quickly go to find out the video and then make it public and now say he should pay 25,000 naira? I want to let them know, and for those who are supporting this injustice, that over 2,500 Nigerians are ready to pay that. They said you should publish the account so that they will pay the 25,000. So it's not as if Obi is going to pay. People are saying put your account on the line so we'll pay it. These things, we must address these things if we are ready to build a nation. Except we are just playing with ourselves and we don't want to build a nation. But if we want to build a nation, then we should do it differently. Yes, I'm listening to you, sir.
Listen, yesterday when you guys were on this platform, I was working. It was a busy day for me at the office, so I was not able to join. But I was listening in and out from my desk. There was a question that I sent to Dr. Damages yesterday. I asked him in WhatsApp. The question was, on the interview of Mr. Peter Obi with Chudi, when he talked about what he experienced at the Nigerian airport, was there at any given time that Mr. Peter Obi mentioned that it was Abuja airport? No airport was mentioned on that interview. And that's to tell you that how smart and how intelligent Mr. Peter Obi is. There was no mention of any airport of any kind. So what I sent to Dr. Damages yesterday, I said, what actually, Dr. Damages, are you people fighting over and debating over? Yes, Mr. Peter Obi said that he was harassed or was not allowed to park at the airport. But my question to the people that are fighting and killing themselves at the platform yesterday was, if you truly listened to that interview, was there any place Mr. Peter Obi mentioned that this event took place at Abuja International Airport? The answer is capital no. So, Eventually, your Minister of Aviation went quickly, brought CCTV, and posted it online with about 15 pages of write-up he did. Is it a write-up or whatever he did? But my question, Dr. KJ, to you is, they showed us a car, somebody opening a car and going back and coming in. He said that it was a policeman who was, Mr. Peter Obi never ever had any policeman. Mr. Peter Obi has no police driver in the first place. The CCTV that they were showing us yesterday, why did they not show when Mr. Obi arrived at the airport and when the car parked and when he stepped away from the car? I thought that is where the CCTV is supposed to start. When the car arrived at the airport and when the man in question they're talking about step out of the car, when he entered into the departure or arrival hall, those processes we didn't see. And they didn't show us when Mr. Peter Obi called somebody on the phone to talk about what was going on. There was no CCTV camera for us to show us that Mr. Peter Obi called somebody, or the driver told him to call somebody, or somebody asked him to call somebody to call somebody. There was no camera or no CCTV like that. But I have to tell you, somebody who, I don't know if you read yesterday, somebody who was Mr. Peter Obi on the day he left Nigeria, the late CCO of Enugu State, the daughter, who is a senatorial candidate of NDC in Enugu State, was Mr. Peter Obi on that particular day. And the account she gave will tell you that these people are just chasing shadows. Because as long as I know, PO has no police driver. And the people that were Mr. PO are giving you a different version of the story. Because where this Minister of Aviation, where he shot himself on the foot, was when he said that the police driver with Mr. Peter Obi. Where have you seen Mr. Peter Obi with police driver? Mr. Peter Obi has no police driver. So if you see a policeman going to a car, that's not Mr. Peter Obi's car. So that's why I asked Dr. Damaji yesterday to ask you guys in the platform, did Mr. Peter Obi tell anybody that this in particular incident happened at Abuja International Airport? Because there was no airport mentioned. We don't know the day that this thing took place. So why we know that he traveled last week because he has to address diaspora, some community, something in New York, so we know he traveled. But the particular incident that the Mr. P.O. talked about in that interview, is it on 4th of July that he was talking about?
Yeah, that's an important question you're raising there.
That's the point. Or is it an incident that has taken place? Like as you said, Mr. Peter B is on the airport every day. From one airport to another airport. From one airport to another airport. So he is a man who travels more than 20 times in a week. So what evidence do you have to say it was that 4th of July that he's talking about? Because he didn't mention anything at that interview. So I am speaking from the legal point of view, because Mr. Peter Obi can tomorrow decide to make a statement about what is going on. He will tell you maybe this happened about 2 years ago or 6 months ago, and this is where it happened. So, it is what it is. It is politics that they are playing. But you see, at the end of the day, the truth is not far away from us. I heard what Mr. Ovie was saying yesterday, the kind of comment he was making in the public space, but it is what it is. This is have your say, as Dr. Damaji said, you cannot stop anybody to say whatever they want to say. But I don't think that for you to decide to serve your fatherland should be a passport to your grave. That is a statement that he made yesterday. I was really thinking, is Ovie really living in the US? Is he really living in the Western world? Or is it because we this is a place where you can say whatever you like, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, that for you to decide to go and serve your community today, that you have to write your will, you have to prepare your grave. If it were what it was from the people, from the days of Isaac and Awolowo and the rest of them, I don't think there would have been anybody who would want to go and serve his fatherland. So death comes in different ways. Nobody can predict death. It doesn't mean that for you to become a politician, you have signed your death warrant. It is what Nigeria has made it to become. That's why. Because we don't value human life anymore. We are celebrating that the children of Oyo have been released. Another one struck in Benue State and Plateau State. So it is because we do not value human life. And it's because that we keep playing politics with what we are not supposed to play politics with. So I don't wish anything. I don't wish evil to anyone, because those who live in a glass house should not throw stone. So I just want people to know that for someone to bring himself or herself out to serve his people should be commended. But I don't think that it should be a passport to the person's life, because like I always said, no man can give life. What of they are talking about Mr. Peter Obi podcast somewhere? What of the show of shame Oshomole displayed at the same international airport? What happened to that? The sitting senator, former governor, for eight-time governor of Edo State, the show of shame that he displayed at the international airport, how did he end? Who talked about it? Mr. Wankwam, the musician from Yoruba, the Yoruba musician who displayed the same shameness at the airport. Everybody was begging for him. Why is it that this man who is telling you he wants to serve you, he wants to work for you, what offense has he? Kwangwan, yes, they call him Kwangwan, the musician. The same thing Oshomolo displayed is what he displayed at the airport. That he later went to meet Mr. President. He later went Asorok to greet Mr. President. So I believe that Mr. Peter Obi, I just believe that there is grace upon his life. I don't wish evil against anybody. But anyone that plans evil against you, against anybody, I believe that is a day of reckoning, So is it, sometimes I ask myself a question, sometimes I sit down and I do so many reflections. The reflections in the sense that last week I was reflecting and I was thinking about, I was checking how many former ministers, how many former governors, how many former senators, House of Representative members from the North have you ever seen calling out the article? How many of retired ministers have the same thing I said that you have seen calling out the president of Nigeria today? But everybody is Mr. Peter Obi. Former governors of Eastern Nigeria, former members of the House of Representatives, senators, people who in the normal reality of life, if Mr. Peter Obi is living like every other Nigerian, most of them cannot put the leaves of his shoes. But it's in the mouth of everybody. Look at Omahi. Omahi is trying to go crazy because of Mr. Peter Obi. You see what he said today? That is the Lion of Southeast. Can you see the insult? The insult of an Igbo man. That Omahi said that he is the Lion of Southeast. But he is the lizard of the Southeast. Because I don't see where, sometimes I used to say, God, how can you make it? Let's be honest. To be honest with you, this is the only way that I would love that this issue in the Southeast and Nigeria be settled. Omahi, Pope Uzodimma, Ojo Zokalu, Soludo, governor of Enugu State, governor of Ebonyi State. Let's start from the Southeast. All those people who think that they are better than Mr. Peter Obi, will it be possible that all of them are lined up in Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu? Mr. Peter Obi stand, Omahi stand, Soludo stand, Ojo Zakale stand, all of them stand. And they gather the whole Igbos in the Southeast. I say, go and cast your vote, option A4. We want to know who is the leader of the Southeast among all these people who line there at this stadium. I think that kind of public disgrace will be the best way to end this story. Because it's really getting out. You can't force people to love you. There is no how you can force an Igbo man to love you. We are not born like that. When an Igbo man makes a choice, he makes a choice. You cannot force me to go against your Lexoti of Abia State because right now it's not in NDC. No. Because I've seen the light. It's not about party, but it's about what he has achieved in 3 years. He has led an indelible mark in the life of the people of Abia State that it is going to be difficult for anybody to surpass what this man has done in 3 years. What did Omahi do as 8 years governor in Ebonyi State? The airport he claimed he built, today no single flight has flew into that airport. They turned it into a trailer park. Where are you flying to Ebonyi to do? What are you going to do at Ebonyi? To fly to what is in Ebonyi you want to go and fly to? So my brother, listen. It is what it is. People misunderstand. Mr. Peter Obi is not telling you don't criticize him like every other politician. No. But it's when you try to defame him, that's the problem. And that's why the case of Kenneth Okonkwo, people think Mr. Peter Obi is joking. It is a case that is going to teach the young man a very big lesson. That after he will finish this particular case, he will understand that this man, because he's quiet, because he's simple, because of his simplicity, does not mean that he doesn't know what is right and what is wrong. This is not a matter of beg for him. People have been begging on his behalf. But Mr. Peter Obi have said that there is, even if it is God that comes to him, Kenneth Okonkwo must produce those evidence that he has. He wants him to bring it before Nigerian public, so that only that will decide whether he will step away from the presidential race or not. He said he has something against him. I want you to bring it before Nigerians.
Yes, and I like his stand. In fact, he shouldn't relent, because Kenneth Okonkwo, who God has blessed with a big mouth, have decided to be using it to insult anybody and anyhow. If he was so successful in living in bondage, I think now that you have finally left bondage, the bondage should leave him. But I see, and like I said on this channel, it's not today we start seeing such people in Igbo land. They have always been there. Even the Kumeku that fought the British government for 30 years, it was saboteurs that told them how to destroy Kumeku. If not today, Igbo land would have been one of those places that was never colonized. Okay, but it was saboteurs within the system that wanted to tell the British government on how to destroy the Kumeku movement. So we are not unaware of the fact that there's always saboteurs in the system. We're not saying that if you are Igbo, you must work with an Igbo candidate. And I'm not even one of those who say, be Igbo, if you are Igbo, you must work. No, and P2B have clearly said, he's not an Igbo president. So let's not reduce him to the Southeast. He's a man who is vying for the presidency of Nigeria. And don't tell us that when it gets to be an Igbo man saying, then that's the time we start telling us that Igbos are not working together. Obasanjo was not the Southwest was not in support of Obasanjo. The Igbos single-handedly brought Obasanjo to government. Okay, so if he could get his presidency not being supported by his own people, then I don't think that Igbos should always be held accountable to say, people have to be. We don't all have to be in one party. That's one. The only place where I have problem is when it is the same people who, out of hunger, are rented, and they are used now to keep demarketing their own people. Now, everybody is now crying out for El-Rufai, what's happening to El-Rufai. But people forget that El-Rufai just yesterday was locking up people in Kaduna State. He was locking people without even due process. People forget that Zingina, former Senator Zingina, El-Rufai knocked down his house for no just cause in Abuja. His house was in Asokoro. He said that the place was close to pipeline. Go and look at Zingina. That place knocked down. I don't think anybody have done anything on it. But he knocked down Zingina's house, brought it down. Zingina is from, the same place with him. So we are talking about someone who have used power excessively to deal with his fellow Northerners and also people alike. We're talking about somebody who was minister of FCT and took all the shops away from the Igbos and renovated them and handed it back to people who they wanted. The Wuse shopping center is one of those ones. People lost their shops. People who had bought those shops, it was taken from them. The Igbos have to rebuy them. You see, that's why sometimes when I sit here and people come to talk about North, South, and all this, and then me calling me a tribalist, you don't know who's a tribalist. You people are the ones, because I practiced this thing over time, and now that we are beginning to wake up, you tell us that we are the ones you accuse us of being that. No, the Igbos and the policy that we are playing in Nigeria have been very fair. That's why people like Nnamdi Azikiwe wasn't getting a landslide vote from the East. At the time Nnamdi Azikiwe was in authority, I was, in fact, people that we talk about most of the time is a GMPP guy. That's the people who write stories about in our secondary school essays. Okay, people who are talking about were people like Aminu Kanu, who will believe in his politics, not because is he an Igbo man, no. But what some of those people said, and if you're a follower of Nigerian politics, you find out that everything Aminu Kanu said has come to pass. He said the children of the poor, which people are not taking care of today. This 10%, which you are putting everything in the hand of the civil service. Tomorrow, the civil service will become the elephant that will finally destroy the federation. I'm not putting it the way he put it. I have forgotten that quotation, but I have the quotation. I know it was there. Okay. So today, Aminu Kanu stands out as one of those people who spoke the things have come to pass. And so, if anybody who is not a follower of the policy of Nigeria will find it difficult to understand when some of us speak, because we have followed it. J.S. Tucker was one of those people who followed of the Middle Belt Forum. He created the Middle Belt. Okay, he and Solomon La. I can speak about this thing without even going to books. Because you see, in Nigeria, we no longer go to school in Nigeria because your teachers will make you write essays on these people. So you have to find a way to read about them. You have to find a way to be in the body policy of Nigeria. J.S. Tucker led the Middle Belt Forum. Why did he lead the Middle Belt Forum? Because he found out that these people are not being sincere with them. Okay? And that policy has not changed till tomorrow. It has not changed. So, well, now coming back to Peter Obi and the policy of the Southeast, people think that money talks in the Southeast. Money do not talk in the Southeast. I keep saying, we Igbos will keep saying this, but they don't listen. Igbos are not following people because they have money. If not, all the millionaires in the Igbo land, can you count them? You can't count them. So they are not the ones who make the, who the Igbos follow. All Jews of Kala have said before is my senator. He represents Bende local government. He's from Bende. Bende is Sukwato local government. That area. Okay? He comes to my community every time to come and campaign. The last time he came there, people told him that, what's he coming to do? They gave him a project, which he did. He said he was going to do the road. He did the road. The road washed off before rainy season. But of course, that time he would have got it. So it's not a question of, we know who our leaders are. When those people speak, we hear them. We will not, you people can, all these people you rent to come and represent Ebola and talking nonsense. David Omahe, who knows David Omahe before the policy became? He forget that person that we used to know from Ebonyi State is Sam Egu. Sam Egu, the former governor, who was who is a gentleman.
Yes.
That's the person that we know as leaders of Ebonyi State. Is it you bring thuggery into the system and you say because you're a thug means that a danshiki wearing thug, you say you are leaders of the Igbo? No, you're not. You're a danchiki wearing thug. Okay? And that is who you are. Whether I like it or not, if we are asking people to be selected from Ebonyi State, then Igbos will remember Sam Egu. Sam Egu is the man we know. I don't know how you got to think that you are more important and better than people like Sam Egu. Eh?
For where?
So this is the thing. You see, people don't know this. It's just like Ojuzo Kali saying that he's the leader of the Igbos. Who made it so? What do you put people like Obito Okiwe? What do you put people like Obito? What do you put people like Alex Oti? What do you put people like Obi?
Ikenwachuku.
Where do you put people like Ikenwachuku? To mention but a few. Igbos know their leader, and that's the mistake people keep making. Okay. Okay. Obi, no. Obi, I don't know if you have been able to calculate Peter Obi's wealth, but I tell you, Peter Obi is a very humble man. If Peter Obi tell you how much he has, you'll be so surprised. But I beloved, you're very person sitting here. I know when I went into cash and carry, when Peter Obi was still running it, and I looked at the place, it's like a mall, like any of the American malls that you see. That's how cash and carry was. You could go into that place and furnish your house plus electricity and everything without coming out. So that's how big it was. Everything was in that place. And so that's not all of Peter Obi's business. That's just one teeny part of it. So why am I saying that? I'm saying that some of us don't know all of this man. And humility is one sign to show that you are a Christian, you are somebody who fears God. Humility is a gift of the Holy Spirit. If you let me go that far. It's not everybody who can have money, because money is a very strong spirit. It is, the Bible calls it mammon. It is the same thing as fighting against the kingdom of God. It is the only factor, singular factor, that can derail you and I for the love of it. So for you to have plenty of it and still be humble, my brother, you must have been. Let me tell a personal story before we go. It just me and you just this. Look, when I finished secondary, my NYS the first time, I think it was 100,000 naira. And I put it, no, I was in the university when I made that money. I put the money in my pocket and I was going back to my campus. If you see the way my shoulders was high and I was behaving inside it, but I'm sharing a personal story. I was going back to school. You could see the confidence I was walking with, the way I was behaving, you know, until I got to the campus. I got to my hostel because I had a private hostel. And my mind now asked me, say, oh boy, did you see the way you are behaving? And I said to myself, come on. Because the way I was behaving, the way I was speaking was totally different. And I was looking, I said, what gave me this confidence? Now the money in your pocket, my brother, you feel say you have arrived. So that is how much. And at that time, this was just 100,000. Okay? As at that time, so imagine when you have 1 million, 1 billion, and you can still hold yourself together and not, you know, we have seen some of us who have small money here. When we come here, the way we talk to people, we talk to them as if we gave them life, you know. So imagine somebody who has enough to be able to do whatever he needs and his business will not be shaken. And he's being humble and behaving the way Obi is behaving. Let's not take it for granted. Obi is, whether you like his policy or not, is a different species of human being living at a time that may not even be his time. Because if it was his time, the whole Nigeria will gather together and say, you don't even need to contest. Take the presidency. Finish how long ever you want. We'll come back and ask you when we are satisfied. That's how it is. Because there are some Ghanaians who are saying to us, you know, are you guys crazy? You know, what are people doing that are not bringing this man to the place where he can help you develop your country? You know, we are looking for such a man and we have it, but every day we play politics about it. Anyway, but let me short. I have one Africa here, and let's bring him in to hear from him. Yes, sir. One Africa, you are welcome. And I like the title you have. Maybe I'll start from there. Do you One Africa? I don't think Morocco believes that they are Africans. So what are you going to do about that? Because they say you shouldn't support them. They're not Africans. And you say One Africa.
Hello, everybody. It's been a long time.
Yes, good to see you. Really.
Yeah. I always watch at the background. You know, I saw both of you. I said, let me come and lend my own voice and support the show. Hey, you know, the idea of One Africa is, I think the person who has fought for it at the last time was Gaddafi, right? You know, and the idea of One Africa also was Kwame Nkrumah's real vision after colonialism. I think that's the only way this continent survives. Power is dynamic. I think when I was looking at the Moroccan team, more than half of the team was black, you know, and that's, you know, it's really very, you know, and that's the funny thing about, you know, tribalism or, you know, racial, you know, separation, and it's really divide and conquer that the British and the French, you know, brought to Africa. I think even to some extent the Germans also, right? Europe as a whole. If you look at all the North African teams, I think if you even look at the Egyptian team, they had more of people who were more light-skinned than the Moroccans, but Egypt doesn't really engage in too much of this. We are not Africans like the Moroccans. You know, if you look at their center back, Diop, he's as Senegalese as Mane and every other person. You know, many times I pity those players who are actually black in their team. Like, how would they even feel? It's like the French former prime minister or something that was saying that France has a black team while they have their own Spanish team. Essentially, their French team is not French, but their star man is actually Lamine Yamal, who is black. So, you know, many times these people beat themselves into groups, and and it favors whoever it favors. But for us in Africa, going back to the one Africa thing, is the only way we survive, even in Nigeria, is one day we have to find how we'll get together. That's why democracy may not just be our thing. Many times I talk about the benevolent dictator. If you look at the success that Africa has had, we've had it with dictators. If you look at the story of Libya for a very long time, Libya and South Africa were the only, so far, the only African countries that have come closer to having nuclear bombs, right? South Africa, there was nothing about, and the other administration was essentially a European administration, right? But if you talk about the true African country that started launching satellites, because when we used to watch, any type of, satellites, as we called it then, was from Libyan TV. The Nations Cup, we watched the World Cup. They were the people who helped us do all those things. If you even look at the story of Rwanda, Paul Kagame is a dictator, whether you like it or not. There's nothing democratic about him. But look, the people in Rwanda are very happy with whatever they're doing. That's why I said, look, let's say it was Abacha that was, the president in Nigeria, and he was fair to everybody. He doesn't even need, even in America, you still have, if you're a Republican, you get more stuff, right? You get more contracts, but what people need is just basic things of life, and they can move on with, not everybody will have to be Elon Musk. So that's where, when we start, because whenever you go through democracy, people go into their ethnic lines. But if you look at the story of Iraq, right? When Saddam was there, he was minority that ruled the majority, but he was able to hold the place together. And Iraq was doing better than it is now. That is a democracy, right? If not for maybe the guys in Iran pursuing more of, religious ideology and all that, Iran has every potential to be like a real great country, right? Even when the Shah was there, who was a dictator, Iran was very successful. The economy was as big as many countries in Europe. Well, anyway, so I believe we need to get together. And talking about P2B and the analogy we're making, I think many people are going to be at some point in their lives, regrets how we miss this man. Because, I'm going to go to Nigeria and vote for P2B, support him, rally votes, do everything. But, to be realistic, I don't think he's going to succeed because of the instrument of, rigging and, unless maybe people like somebody like maybe Secretary Rubio goes on TV or calls Tinubu and says, well, we're not going to accept the result if it's not free and fair. You know what Obama people did. But I don't suspect that Trump is that kind of person, right? That will, what he will care about is what he can get out of Nigeria. But look, if the interview Obi did with that guy, Jude, right? There's something he said. Even the people who supported, who had businesses that supported Tinubu, they are now selling kulikuli. They are asking them to come and sell kulikuli. They are regretting. People lost businesses. The same thing. People who mounted, at least let's say people made mistake for Buhari's first tenure. People who supported him because of ethnic, they are I'm sure he got calls from them. Personally, I did. People who said, look, between Buhari and Atiku in that election, which most people believe Atiku won, for you to support Tinubu, Buhari in that election, there was nothing good about you. And many of them are telling us, oh, the Buhari, And these are Tinubu people who are saying, oh, Buhari destroyed the economy. They knew he was destroying the economy, but they supported him so that Tinubu can be in power. Buhari arrested, they used the instrument of government to arrest Onoye, the Supreme Court judge, because they knew that with him there, they had to take him out. Is it not the same people? The attorney general, they are still in prison now. Like that man that is what's the attorney general, that useless one, Malami. He is now in. So this, you see, he never decided. He decided to use the instrument of government against the opposition. Now he's in opposition. You know, this Bayo Ononoga and all these people, they will be in opposition very soon. Because Tinubu, even if he rules for 4 years, if he survives the whole 4 years, one way or the other, one day, trust me, if that man from Bronu takes over power at some point, you know he will deal with all of them. Because the vice presidents are never happy with their principal. You know, and all of them will go back to writing on social media like all of us. Life is turn by turn. But if people decide to fix a country, you look at El-Rufai. It's because of El-Rufai that Tinubu is president today. Because Buhari people did not want Tinubu. What they wanted to do is, okay, that's why they allowed the CBN governor to take out cash. Because they knew he had a war chest. The El-Rufai went and sued. He went to Supreme Court because of Tinubu. Look at him. When I saw his wife crying, I'm like, these people are jokers. These people said, they don't, and these people have no shame. The woman came and said, we supported you. Like, and now, so I should be crying for El-Rufai's wife. El-Rufai, many people ran away from Nigeria because of him. They are missing journalists. Now people are saying, oh, the opposition. Somebody made a comment. The only reason El-Rufai is not in is in prison because he's a weak opposition. The man that weakened the opposition. You see him dancing at Chatham House with dancing Skelewu with Tinubu. Now he's in jail because they couldn't. He's throwing his toys out of just because they didn't make him minister, simple minister. So, my brother, see, what goes around will come around. And their money will never last forever. Tinubu is taking the money. Let him enjoy. You know, if people, for me, many times, if people in Nigeria don't want to fight for themselves, because the truth is that the only way you stop Tinubu is that people will lose their lives, but they have to go into and say enough is enough. Maybe they've never had enough. Sorry, just lastly, they said they released the children from Oyo Ibadan. That they released them. The military, that people died. Now we're finding out that everything these people are saying is not true, right? So they said they tried to go and release the children. Amotekun people died. One second lieutenant died. Then with some other people who died during the operation. Now they finally sorted these people with cash. And they released the children. And now they are saying, so you can see it's a criminal organization. There was this Odinkalu, right? Odinkalu, if you listen to some of the interviews that he has done recently, you see that it's a crime scene. Yes. This is a criminal organization, and people are supporting this organization because they said they are Yoruba people, or they are, people, and these people are not even benefiting. Somebody that is in Shomolu, that is managing one boss that is dying, says, let Tinubu be there. And somebody will go and beat somebody for election. No, these people have not started suffering, suffer. You see, after when Tinubu gets his second term, kidnapping has not started. Because, one thing I'll thank Tinubu for is, if you look at the Southeast, our security situation has improved. The best performing governor, except the Ebonyi man, that one put an Olodo in government. But you see all the other four guys, they are performing at a very high level. This is our moment of 1999. The Southwest were lucky. They got good governors initially. Now we look at Alex, look at even Imo State man. He's doing very well. Yes. Everybody. So we locked out, man. If you look at us now, the Southeast people, You know, for me, they could make the carry. Just give us Alex Oti and the other governors. Because the people see how this insecurity has moved now. It's going from Kwara or and these people still will say APC till we die. People never begin to suffer. Sorry for my rant.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We enjoyed that. Obi, no, the guy Obi, no, we read what you write, but I want to tell you again, and this majority of people who are here now are Igbos. Igbos have no regard for money. So if anybody tell that in our communities it is money that leads, if you are by your name, maybe you're Igbo, but in my own community, not the richest man that makes. In fact, let me give, before I come to CM. Recently, the government asked them to choose a chief, and one very rich guy in my community, he showed up, and the people said to him, Oga, from where you come? You know, there's a young man here who has been suffering, organizing cleanup in the community, organizing all the running up and down, helping people go to hospital and getting all that. And you come now, you say you want to be, who? You want to be representative and chief on our behalf? No. You can't get it. You can't get it. So is that young man who have been running all the errands in the communities, organizing whatever they are doing, that was made the chief. He's still chief till today. So my brother, I don't know who's giving that information, but you see, a lot of wrong information have been given out written about the Igbo, so I'm not too surprised. Okay, CM, you are welcome. You have heard what is going on. We have been dealing with all kinds of variables. Today, we entertained or we listened to a doctor, Dr. Chichi, who is a specialist in dental care, and she gave us a variety of what we have not heard before. I don't know if CM you brush your teeth 2 times in a day, and I don't know if you use hard brush or soft brush. In fact, I used to use hard brush for a long time. You know, just some few years ago, I started using soft brush. So she told us clearly that using hard brush or even medium hard is not good at all. We should all revert to using soft brush. In fact, you are even better off with an electric brush because it does more work. Now, I don't think you listen to her, but we're also looking at the World Cup and so far how good, and what is your view on that. We are also looking at the Festus Keyamo who have taken fight to Peter Obi because Peter Obi made an assertion in an interview. Didn't mention airport, didn't mention the day, didn't mention the hour, whether it was night or day, of what occurred between him and those security in the airport. And Festus Keyamo came out to file him, or he should write apology in all Nigerian newspapers, or however he put it. The question be, why are they always freaked out when it has to do with Peter Obi's issue? Now, having also said that, you know that the school children were released. The army did a video. In fact, it was remaining small. They would have gone to Nollywood to invite the producers to come and produce it. It was well organized and filmed on how they were able to rescue these individuals. Only for us to realize that all that not true, is all arranged. So the question is, which way Nigeria? Now, the woman, their mother, the first lady of Nigeria, said to Davido and the Wizkid and all the those superstars in Nigeria that they should stop buying big cars with their money. They should instead use their money to do charity. The question people are asking is, you people who are sitting on the top of Nigerian people's money, are you using it to do the charity? Are you using the Nigerian people's money to help Nigerians? Then you're talking about somebody who is working hard for his money, that he should stop using his money to buy what he wants. He should now use it to do charity. How do you stand in these issues I've raised for you, Mr. TM? By the way, welcome.
Okay. Thank you, KJ. Good evening. Hey, it's almost early morning here anyway, but that's notwithstanding. Duty calls, according to those that write. Duty calls. One Africa. No dear, take no you. Which one be one Africa again? No BOD. Which anyway, well, the name can change, but the face remains the same. Ike, good evening. Ndewonu. Actually, all these things are loaded, but I have to cherry pick. You know, anything about Remi Tinubu, I don't want to hear it. I don't. If a woman, because they said for you to, what you say in public is what you are thinking in private. What you say openly, unguarded, probably unprovoked, is what you've been thinking probably for years. How can Remi Tinubu said they were buying the Igbo in Lagos and seize all their properties? And it's happening. So how can such a person ever say something meaningful to me? All these are just rubbish. It's just by the way. If she knows, as I'm only saying, get sense. They said it is better to keep quiet and people will be wondering what is in your mind and be rating you high. That this man will know the talk. Very intelligent. Than for you to open your mouth and supply all the evidence. So anything about Remi Tinubu, he's just a partner in crime with Tinubu. I'm not interested in it. Whether he advised the video or not, I'm not interested. Then on the school kids released from your states, I'm happy because they are innocent kids. They are not the cause of Nigerian problem in any way, shape, or form. Rather, it is their future that is being ruined. So it is them that should even be annoyed about Nigeria, not the bandit being wreaking havoc with their lives. So I'm happy that they've been released for whatever it is worth. It is better for them to remain with their parents than to be in the bush. I don't want to know what went in between. But for these kids, I'm so happy. And I also said somewhere that I recommend, or not that I recommend, that is a normal thing to do. Because you can't tell me these kids will be in the forest and they come, when they are released, they are still healthy. They should be taken for medical examination. Psychologically, they've been tortured. So if there are psychologists that we take them back, sort of giving them, psyching them up again, because forget about all this. The shock that we visit those kids, maybe in future they will, if they are alive, they will be telling you what happened. As for now, it's like they have to come back to normal. That is the way I look at it. But I'm happy they've been released. No matter whatever was spent, let them come out. They do not deserve that. Their counterparts or their age mates all over the world, in the developed world, their futures are being planned. But in Nigeria, they are raking their own. And they even want to buy them put, according to the way they say. So happiness is my own in terms of that or your issue. As a human being, they are a member of our common humanity. So I'm happy that they've been released. I don't want to know that you don't have to play politics with human being. Life is life. It has no duplicate. Then PO versus Keyamo, this is the hot potato. You see, do you know one thing? Nigeria, I just laugh. Do you know the first thing that came to my mind? So Peter Obi, whether Peter Obi was the driver or his private driver whom he employed was driving the car. And like I heard, it happened at Abuja airport. That is Azikiwe airport at Abuja. Peter Obi is a frequent flyer, going to abroad everywhere. So, and in the way Nigeria is, the way they structure Nigeria, those that say they own Nigeria, you either fly out from Lagos or from Abuja in terms of volume of traffic. Lagos first, then Abuja, probably Kano or Port Harcourt, or maybe any other state. Anything in the north is mainly because of the Hajj that may drive the traffic. But I know that business-wise, it's Lagos and the Abuja. So does it mean Peter Obi does not know where they park car in Abuja without. He doesn't know where they call drop-off zone. Or here. That's what I'm trying to, or the driver. Assuming, let me consider the driver has been driving P2B for the past 6 months, not to talk of years. So he doesn't know that this is where you drop, you stop, P2B will, whoever passenger you are carrying, not just P2B, you drop, carry your suitcase, and then you go and park somewhere where you know that you are going to stay for the next 2 hours or whatever, then you can join them later. In the Western, I know Nigeria copied it from the Western world. Where I am, I travel to Newcastle Airport all the time. I know where to drop, park the car. Some people will just, alight from the car. Then I continue, and then tell them I will meet you. Just go to Emirates stand. I'm coming in. You just enter any airport. You know where you are going. You go and park your car for long stay, or where you know you are going to get it free. But that place you drop, the drop off is always in front of the airport. It's not behind. It's always like the concourse of every airport. Opposite it is always a drop off. Because the moment you drop, then you enter the terminal immediately. So are you telling me that P2B does not know? So of everybody, it's only P2B that doesn't know that this line, or the double white line or whatever, he doesn't know where to park it. I'm bringing common sense into this. So I'm not talking. So he doesn't know, and he parked it there. So he just carry car go. So every other person is parking their own very well, at least as at that day. As at that day. No, I'm not saying maybe before people park like yesterday, or when P2B parked, he just parked there. See, sometimes I believe in common sense. It's like a kid will come to you and you see the kid crying. You say, this child, what's happening? He says, so Mr. A beat me up. The next thing you will ask the child is, what did you do? The child will say, I didn't do anything. I was just passing. He started beating me. You will say, okay, sorry, no problem. I will ask Mr. A and then know why. All of a sudden, Mr. A appears. And you now say, why are you beating this small child? He say, who? Come and see the way he damaged my this. He broke two glasses and then the other one. Then the child will jump, say, I didn't break it. I was just passing the thing. I was holding it. It fell off from my hand. You see, the truth is now coming. But before he said he didn't do anything. So this is exactly the type of issue we are facing here. I'm asking, so does it mean P2B is so ignorant? He doesn't know where to park his car or his driver? Let us start from there. Every other, so P2B has been flying all the time. He doesn't know where this is. You can't park here. All of a sudden, he decides to park his car and then leave it there and go. Look, I've seen people, when you say drop off, in the course of dropping off, so far you are still inside that car, in that drop off zone. You cannot be arrested. Rather, they will come and tell you politely, please, Oga, can you move forward a little bit, or this? That is to say that maybe there is no more space for. But as long as you are inside that car and you drop people off and you are still there inside the car, it is not yet, at least I know of Newcastle Airport, it is not yet, and nobody will come and harass you. But for you to leave a car in that place, nobody is inside the car. That is what they say P2B committed. It's not a case of the driver was in the car and they came and tapped the window, so Oga, move your car, or you're parking here. But they say the car, there's nobody in the car. It was parked, and the P2B car, they have to. You see, Nigerians should at least, not be human being, then they talk to. This is the way I reason. This is my analysis of it. Not be human being. So P2B, a freak, doesn't know where to park car in an airport. Or he doesn't know that this is 15 minutes drop off, or 10 minutes, or 20 minutes, or 3 minutes. The driver doesn't know, and P2B does not know. And they left the car there and left it and went away. And they have to come and clamp it. I'm just using common sense. I'm not trying to bring in P2B saying, but other cars are parked. I don't want to bring that in yet. So let's say, why should even P2B park in a place he shouldn't park? So which means P2B does not know. That's what they are telling us. I won't believe that. I know this is a developing story. In the days and weeks ahead, we will know why these things happen. Now, the other one of what is it called? I think you mentioned football World Cup. You see, this World Cup. I think they said there's a French saying that the more things change, the more they remain the same. VAR has
Sorry,
done.
CM, can I
Yes.
just interrupt you one
Okay.
second? Because of the last thing you said, look, see, we are maybe because of many things that have happened, from like Ndibo, we have become so polite, so courteous that, sometimes, we even sell our own rights. Look, in the United States where I reside, once you become a major presidential candidate, you get FBI protection
Yes.
like the president.
Like the
Same
president.
thing. You get everything that once you become, because there's a potential, it can go either way. So in Nigeria, P2B's name has been uploaded in INEX portal as a presidential candidate.
Yes.
You see, the way we even deride that people, you see how you talked about P2B as if someone will drop off, and I understand your analogy, and we are regular
Exactly.
people. Somebody like P2B is not a regular person. He
Yes.
should not even be having issues. P2B should have DSS for life. At least for this period that you are going to
Period.
get election and all. Because the truth is that whether anybody likes it or not, if anything happens to P2B, there's a very good chance that Nigeria could just go into flames. And, even the president will run away. Because nobody, because you never know how things will turn out. It's a major, because if you look at the three major tribes in Nigeria were on the ballot last election. Same thing that is going to happen now. If you decide to take out one, you don't know how people will react. This is a security issue. Why would anybody be talking about P2B pact? His
because
car,
you
this
mentioned
one, that one.
because you mentioned P2B, mentioned the word reaction, how people will react. Somebody said, one Igbo man said, look, he doesn't want to become Nigeria. He want to go and form Biafra and then get out of this thing. They say now he want to divide Nigeria. Another Igbo man came out and said, look, let us rebuild Nigeria. And you are still looking at the man again. Which one do you want?
No,
did you see it? Exactly. One person said he want to leave Nigeria to have a country of his own. You put him for prison. Say why he ain't go there. Say why he want to tear Nigeria apart. Another one say, look, I'm not talking of tearing. I want to build this. Nigeria is reformable, and he meant it. Yet, you don't even want. So which one do you want? So talking of reaction, if anything happens to P2B, let me tell you, you know what people will say? They say, hey, Nnamdi Kanu came, say, let us go. P2B say no, that he will build Nigeria. Now the Nigeria, they no let him build. Oh boy, you no go join us. You never know, say they no want to. So that is the reaction people, because people will now say, of what use they get? We gave you the best. The best that Nigeria has ever had. The best. Very clean. And they don't want to use him. And they want to frustrate him. So what else do you want? You can't have it both ways.
Oh, no, of course. No, CM, to add to what you're even saying, one of the things that, KJ is a half Benue man. There's a suppression in the media. There's an active suppression of the security reports in Nigeria. You see, you won't see, like, in Benue, around the Otropo area, there have been daily killing of people, daily, for the past few weeks, daily. Since they killed that Fulani guy, the man with those cattle rearers.
Yes.
They said yesterday. I think yesterday was 15 people that were. Even the king of Otobo there had to make some statements and all that. You see all these people. Personally, I have some type of animosity with Benue because of the role they have played in Nigeria.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say this. Many times I feel that, look, these people got what they bargained for because they fought in a war against what they should have, against themselves, essentially. What they are getting now, most middle belt people, I always believe, is what they fought for. They fought for the hegemony of the Fulani people in Nigeria. And now they have power. All these people go on and what's his name? The other man, they gave them oil blocks, but they took power, Danjuma, and they're slaughtering all their people. Exactly. And now people expect me to be crying for them. But, look, I have sympathy, because what's going on there is, at a point, your humanity has to come up.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying,
it's true.
At a point, P2B is not Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
People are using that man for hope. What he represents, at least, is that there's one mistake can happen and he will become president. At least things will become better. If you take away that hope, people in Edo, people in the Middle Belt, people in Rivers, people in Akwa Ibom, and trust me, even in the Southwest, even in the Hausa land,
everywhere, not
nobody
just everywhere,
knows what will happen. So for people like Keyamo and that Mugu in Ebonyi, that one that was building bridges everywhere and built a motopark, said his airport, motopark and said he built airport. This kind of people, it's just that they created Ebonyi and they were able to become governor. That kind of a person. How did we even get here? That this kind of people are coming. Sorry, have you met? I've met that the governor, the one he put before. If you see these people, normally you won't stay where they're.
One Africa. Let me give you the punchline for anything Dave Umahi. This is what you should bear in mind. Dave Umahi borrowed money on behalf of Ebonyi people, with interest to clear a forest or bush and begin do a airport. After building the airport, he called a cabinet meeting. He said this airport will be known and referred to. They want to gazette it to Muhammadu Buhari International Airport. Listen, I'm talking to the world, so I don't come here to come. Listen, just follow this. So Buhari had it. Buhari said, name that airport after Chuba or Kadibu. He deserves it better than me. So are you still discussing Dave Umahi again? One Africa. You heard what I said. So will you ever discuss Dave Umahi again?
No, I heard you. That.
So that tells you. So if you continue discussing him, maybe I will put you in his class. Just remember this story. You borrowed money, state money, built after building an airport. You name it with cabinet meeting around it, so that let it be that it was decided Ebonyi people love Buhari. Then Buhari had it and said, no, name it after Chuba or Kadibo. Do you know why Buhari said Chuba or Kadibo? Let me give you people this story. During the time of Abacha, they want to create state. They said they should create a state in the southeast and then create one in the south-south. The people of Ogoja were neck deep. The last thing Timbu was still around then. They were neck deep. They said they needed it because from Ogoja to Calabar, they say it's 6 hours. It's, Cross River is one of the, in terms of distance between one end to the other, it's very far by road. So the people of Ogoja, they call it Aya State, AYA. They were neck deep. Their interest was they will sort of put Bakliki, because there was a time in Ogoja and the Abakaliki province in the 40s or so. They were under the same type of province. Ogoja, Abakaliki, Afiipo, they were together. But because of all this civil war, they carved Ogoja out and all this. Not that they are not Igbo, really. So what happened was, Okadibo Nan said, Ndi Igbo need a state in the southeast. Let it be Abakaliki as the capital. It was Okadibo's memo, the pen and the paper. He wrote it. After writing it, he started calling Alex Ekwueme and all those, and Akanu Ibiam, because Akanu Ibiam was alive when they were going, and called them. Said they have to create a Bonny state. Let some part of Abia, like Afibo or Hozara. Let them be part of it with Abakaliki as the capital. Enugu should see the visit issue. I've forgotten the area I called. So when he said all this, it was Okadibo's idea. Buhari is a Fulani man, a retired general. They knew when the thing came for consideration, Abacha called them. They said, okay, give it to them. So Okadibo was the prime, the brain behind it. Can you imagine? That's why Buhari nominated, said, go and name it after Okadibo. And tomorrow we'll be talking of Dave Umahi, Igbo leader. Do you know when Dave Dave Umahi was in PDP before? When Ngige said Ndi Igbo should vote for Buhari in 2015, that when Buhari finishes by 2019, he will do 2019, he said, let us vote Buhari, APC, because Ngige was there. He said, if we vote APC, we do it pass and pass out, fail and fail out. After 4 years, Buhari is going. By 2023, we now bargain. Power will come out, it will be Ndi Igbo. And because Ngige was pushing this, Ngige, and of course, all of us know that Ngige is the most prominent Igbo politician in APC then. It's only Ngige. No doubt about it. Ngige, though Rochas was there, but Ngige was a minister now, Minister for Labor for 8 years. So what happened was, when Ngige was pushing this agenda, Dave Umahi sensed a political gain. So if he's in PDP, Ike Kweremadu is ahead of him in terms of hierarchy, Deputy Senate President. Peter Obi, who just finished Apuga, then Jonathan called him in, made him a chairman, Security and Exchange Commissioner, and then a member of the finance team. And Peter Obi's profile is rising with Atiku. So in PDP, even if PDP should give Ndibo ticket, Dave Umahi cannot be, after all, not be governor of Ebonyi and PDP. So he now sensed a political gain. He went to Abuja and declared to Buhari. Since then, he started to wear danchiki, because he said Buhari loved him. No, that is the truth. Now, I don't pass to the con here, the Yano Okpata. He started wearing danchiki. Everywhere, they wear danchiki. He said, we covered Ebonyi State from southeast. It's so many. The man talks as if Ebonyi State is his girlfriend that he go they deny, later he go admit or go. So he was just talking all rubbish. Start to Yabundi, everything. Ojukwu made a mistake going to the, want to ingratiate himself, start to sing the songs of a Sokoto Caliphate. We just watch him. Now the thing reach when they play high-tech politics, things say na Tinubu, now they go take the thing when they comes out. So Dave Umahi started mellowing down. As at that point, he said Ndibo should come to APC so that they form a bloc. So this is the man. What you should ask yourself is, which manner of person will use the money of Ebonyi people after? So which means there is no prominent Ebonyi citizen like Ofianwali. Ofianwali is from Ebonyi now. What of Jaja Wachuku, former minister for education, a lawyer, and then former minister for foreign affairs? Was it? Yes, it was Raymond Njoko. Jaja Wachuku. Aja Wachuku was minister for education. Jaja Wachuku was minister for foreign affairs. These are very brilliant man. Why not name it? They are from Ohozara. Are you telling me why not name it after Dr. What is it called? Kalu Ezera. Kalu Ezera. People have forgotten this. These are people you can. But he went and said na Buhari. Then Buhari told him, say, no, I don't deserve it. Okadibo deserve it. Name it after Okadibo. That's why that airport is called the Chuba Okadibo International Airport. Everything is international. Whether on a cycle, whether on a bicycle or Okada, they go there, drop, all these things. See. So this is about the Travis. Omar, he's just a noise maker. Only that people listen to him. With bachelor's degree from Enugu State University of Science and Technology in Engineering. He they call himself professor. No publication, nothing, no book, nothing.
professor in practice.
Which where practice all these things where built for Ebony State. Now all those flyover and they go there Pasamaga, they do parade. There's nothing now. Empower your people. He doesn't know what to do with money. We're just putting concrete everywhere.
It is one of the things. One of the biggest pain for me is building a flyover for people who do not even have vehicles. So who's going to be flying over the place?
And there's no traffic.
All the mushroom houses is built. That looks like a parade of colors, different color for different window.
And he borrowed money. He borrowed money to do.
Those places have not been put to any meaningful use. The airport is not. Is it functioning? Not functioning. So why and the same thing he's doing now. It's something he's doing in the federal government. East-West Coast Road. They've not left Lagos till today. Then you want to do that.
Okay, yeah, the highway to fraud, coastal highway to fraud. The thing is that Dave Umar, he's making his money. That's why he's building his own war chest. But the thing the man doesn't know is that, to be honest with you, Dave Umar can never command followership in the Southeast.
I agree.
Try as he could, he can never command followership.
I agree.
The thing is that the man sounds so it talks like a tout. I'm telling you, he talks which he is. Forget about everybody can now buy my 2 coat and wear. So he talks like a tout. He talks like a tout. When he talks like, and sometimes he will talk down on Ndibo. I look at this man and say, which man? He said when Ndibo when it is our turn. Somebody is, oh God. Anyway, there's nothing poverty cannot do with some few granotes. You can get some
recently, people. He has been in the news for all the bad reasons. A young lady died in his residence, and I read that he's saying that the girl has is a psychological, is it philosophical, psychological? I don't know what you call it. Problem. That case is still coming up. It will pick up this Monday. But CM, you're welcome. And I see concerns and the good. Concern, you're welcome. You have followed the topic. So what's your own take on this?
Okay, good evening, everybody. CM, One Africa, Dr. Chief Anyame Latin. Odi, okay. CM, long time.
Abi, where are you there?
Long time. I just did, my brother. So this.
Concern, I was asking about your number. See how you can.
Master, I want to get your own also, my brother. Even case I want to get his own also. Sometimes
you want to get. Oh, you want to get my own. You see, the problem with getting my number is not like ordinary number. I give it with my bank details.
Okay.
That is the way they go together. So if I give you my phone number, I put my account number there. So everything goes to, you know what it means now. So that's why some people know they like me to, if not, it's available. I give you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so Mr. KJ, the same thing I want to,
okay, see, will forward my number to you.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
But I don't have consigns on now. It's only I need somebody.
I don't have. I'm going to take one of my. Take one of my numbers.
Put it on the chat session so that he will see it.
Okay, when I finish.
Okay.
You see. Like CM said earlier, anything about that woman called. You see, the problem is that I don't know who is to call all these names. Somebody say the first lady, second lady, third lady. I don't know who is to coin all these names, because these are useless names. If somebody is a criminal, he said that criminal is the mother of the country. That's nonsense. Understand? Somebody of such a human being. When we are growing up, even now, when you are growing up, if somebody have told me that somebody like Tinubu and the wife can be president of Nigeria, I can never believe in my life. The way we grow up, the way we are taught, everything. It's like what Soludo every time he goes about talking nonsense. We must vote for APC, we must vote for Tinubu, this, that. I will sometimes I ask, Soludo, do you know how we are taught, or how we are taught when we are growing up? When we are born, when we are growing up. We are taught not to respect any criminal. Even up till now, Igbos don't do that. We don't respect criminals. Even in our villages, when you see somebody who made this money dubiously, you can't respect him, no matter. Even if you can flood that money anyhow, but you still not respect him. So sometimes I look at all these people who say they are professor and nonsense professor and this, you know. I don't know whether that man has a brain at all. The same thing with Umahi. Umahi, I think what is dealing with him is he doesn't want to be investigated because of those 5 people that died the other time. Because if there's a good government that comes in today in Nigeria, that man must be investigated about how those 5 people died. I think that's why he's into this Tinubu, this thing, so that it's a criminal like him. They cannot investigate those people. They cannot investigate because of those people. How the 5 engineers die, and today nobody can account for how they died. It's unfortunate. It's the kind of country we have today. We have been insulted everywhere. Even common South Africa people are insulting Nigerians. When Nigeria was good, South Africa never insult Nigeria. When they were all doing this xenophobia they are doing, they never push Nigerians, they never insult Nigerians, they never touch Nigerians. But because we have useless government in Nigeria, that's why. And these people don't know that whatever we do in Nigeria, other people are watching. You see, all these fake things, all this nonsense they're doing, now we have a fake ministry being run by a ghost government. We have a ghost ministry and also a ghost government. But they don't know where they are taking the country to. Because when you have people who the government say they are fake, they are ghosts, they are fake, they are these physicians.
Do you know, the consign, please. You know when you say this fake ministry, fake this, it reminded me, that's why Peter B said, I will approve what you will loot. Because how can you put fake ministry, fake everything in the budget and allocate money to them, yet the Congress or the House of Reps and House of Senate will go through it and still approve it? They should have dictated it. That's why Peter Obi said, I will approve what you will steal. So when you bring it as a president, you will say, no, this does not exist. Continue.
So, you see, it's very, very unfortunate, you know, because, and you know, the people that are supporting this thing, the people that are supporting all these things, these Satanas, but they don't know that they're also digging their own grave. Because as long as this man, one is this, the person who is ruling us, they say it's a adopted person. Adopted person from where? You don't know which stomach he comes from. The person who, whether he's adopted from Guinea, whether the parents are from Guinea, or whether nobody knows. Even today, they can't even say, this is the real family of that man. He says it's adopted. Adopted child can be from Guinea. Adopted child can be from Ivory Coast. Adopted child can be from anywhere. Nobody knows the actual blood of that man. Because now he's giving them developing Lagos. If you develop Lagos, where is the money of Lagos State? Where is the real money of Lagos State? He's using Nigerian money to develop Lagos State. People from South are happy. Some of them are happy. Supporting this man. The governor of Edo, some of them are supporting. But I asked someone today, what has this man done for Edo people? What has this man done for Sasa people? It's not the money of Sasa people that is used to do all these things. And what are they gaining? By supporting this man, by supporting this government, by supporting this nonsense that this man is doing, what are they gaining? Even some of our Southeast some of our Southeast people, governors and so on and so forth, who are supporting this man, what are we gaining from this man? At the end of the day, this man will finish like Odinkalu said. Odinkalu said he's even looking at third term. The way this thing is going is looking at third term. So if at the end of the day, this man enters there again, my brother, the country will be like, if Afghanistan will be 10 times better than us. Because the way this man is going, the way the country is going, even this kidnapping of this case, I think this kidnapping was a plan something. Because the governor of Oyo State said, the day I declared to be president, the next day, these kids were kidnapped. So it's something that they plan. They plan this thing. These APC people plan this thing. They planned it. If not, how were these people kidnapped? How would this man want to be president? We've really declared to be president because they know that if he declares to be president, most of the votes of this man will be divided. That is why they did this. And the Wike has said earlier before that if any governor who mess up, that they can bring problem to him. And when this happened, I saw what Wike said. Wike said, by the way, is he the first people that was kidnapped? Why are people making too much noise about the people, about these kids? So all these things are something that they planned this thing. They planned because if not, how can these kids, even when these kids come out, these kids didn't look like those who are in kidnappers then. And the same day they wear nice clothes. Where are they taking all those things from? So these people planned this thing with these people that kidnapped them. You said they arrested some of the kidnappers. My brother, see, before 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you cannot hear those people anymore. They can even form a phantom this thing, say that these are people that you kidnap them. They are going to court. At the end of the day, they will release them. Because these people, these are real, the worst of the worst you can see in Nigeria. Since Nigeria was created, since Nigeria became independence, these APC people are the worst of people you have seen. Since I grew up in Nigeria, it's the worst I've seen. These kind of characters. Umahi, Soludo, all of them, nonsense. All these Pamidelo, all of them, Tinubu, all of them. These are the worst people I've seen. The National Security Advisor. These are the worst of the worst Nigeria have ever produced. And they continue to be like that. Me, I don't believe in one Nigeria. And anybody who believes in one Nigeria is some problem. I don't ever believe in one Nigeria. I cannot believe in one Nigeria. If the people want to make Nigeria great, let them divide the country so that everybody can go his way. We are tired of this country. We are tired of how the people are being. No country manages its people like this. We are completely ashamed of a country. Nigeria is really a shame, a big shame, because what is going on there, what is happening there, is completely shame. People are being killed every day. And the worst again is this: how did we, in a country, one tribe, have been taken as the first one of the country? It's like they are prioritize these people, these Fulani people. Whatever they do, anything they do, nothing happens to them. Everything, look at today, they're insulting Obi, criticizing Obi everywhere. But Atiku is there. Nobody criticizes Atiku. Nobody insults Atiku. Is it that Atiku is better than Obi or Atiku is better than anybody? Atiku is a big criminal like Tinubu. But they can't criticize him. Yoruba people cannot criticize him. Like now, Yoruba and Igbos are having problem. Instead of the Yorubas, yesterday somebody was talking here. Hey, why should it's like that one that call itself somebody go to the nonsense moon? It's like Igbos are happy because of this. How can Igbos be happy about what happened? Is it the people that kidnap the people? They are not saying that the people that kidnap the people, they are not even fighting against them. The Fulanis that kidnap them, they're not angry with them. They're only angry with Igbos. I don't know this kind of where these people come from, where their mentality, where they're coming from, whether they're okay, I don't know. You see somebody who is a big criminal, who is a drug dealer, who is not, and you still supporting him with your watches as if the man is a messiah. You don't even know how your children will be tomorrow. If you support a cocaine dealer, let me tell you, even in the Bible, even in this Quran they're reading, when you are dealing on cocaine, you are individually this in killing people. When you are supporting when you're a drug dealer, you are killing people. You understand? And all these people who are supporting this man, their family will be part of that. They will suffer. They will suffer. Because you can't see an evil human being, an evil thing is to continue to support an evil thing. And the people are suffering. People are suffering. That's my problem in Nigeria. That people are, even we here in abroad, it's affecting us also. Sometimes the money you have to take and eat, you have to send it home, so that the people can survive there. If the country is good, we can't be doing all these things. We have to survive. We have to enjoy, but we can't enjoy today. Because if you get $1,000 in a month, you have to send part of the money to home because people are suffering there. But we have the resources, we have everything that can make us become a great country. On the World Cup, it's unfortunate. I'm not happy with the officiating of Egypt.
You are not alone. Egypt was robbed, and they
Egypt
had
was
a
totally
team.
robbed, completely robbed. That's wickedness. That referee with that useless FIFA president.
Even Cape
That one is
Verde,
a complete useless man.
to some extent, Cape Verde against Argentina.
Yeah.
It wasn't a clear. In fact, I don't know whether they are favoring Argentina, but we shall see. They are not going to handle England, which the British media, they have started looking into everything now. I'm telling you, you can't dribble UK. BBC will just be on top of the game. Argentina is being favored. The VAR, that's what I wanted to say before. The more things improve, the more they remain the same. VAR is damaging football. To be honest with you, without VAR, football was even sweeter than now. After going VAR, they talk nonsense. No, it's true. VAR is damaging football now. Without VAR, it used to be better. Now that with all the VAR, they won't check, because this VAR is that if you call to go to VAR and check, they will refuse. The referee won't agree.
Yeah.
He wants his decision to stand because he wants to favor the team. Anyway, well, to me, the officiating this is so poor. I don't know why. Whether Nigerian referee, they are not behaving like, and there's no Nigerian referee in the World Cup. So why is the standard poor?
Okay.
Mr. Judge, I want to let me say something again, please.
Hold on. The good has not spoken.
A minute, please.
Okay, just 1 minute, please.
Last week or last 2 weeks, people are talking about some people here are talking about America should go from Nigeria. America should leave Nigeria. But sometimes I used to wonder people sometimes what they think. America should go because America wants our resources. You yourself that you're Nigerian, you are in America. You are taking American resources. You are taking the money, the food you're eating from America. But you say America should go. Even you that is a Nigerian, the resources in Nigeria, you're not even getting that resources. Where the money is going, you don't even know.
Without America, we would not have known that the second in command of ISIS
is living in Nigeria. And the worst again is most of the people saying this is even Satanas. They forget to know that, they forget to understand that what Boko Haram is doing, what the Fulanis is doing, is that the hand of Iran is there. The hand of Iran is what is happening in Nigeria today. But America came to help us with the Christians, and with the Christians that say America should go. If America should go, then the government can bring Turkey people. They can bring Turkey. I don't understand how our people behave, how people think. You see, the problem is this. The other guy that used to come and brainwash many people, the other guy, what is that his name? Two nonsense, two nonsense. He's the one that brainwash people. America is this. America is too bad. America is this. But Europeans are this. But you are in a European country. You are in an American country. Why not go back to Nigeria if Nigeria is good? Is it not Nigeria is the one inviting Americans? Because if the government is doing good in Nigeria, those people cannot come to say they want to help Nigeria. They can't. Can America say they want to go to Ghana? Can people like Namibia, South Africa say that American want to go there? No. It's because Nigeria is not doing good. The government is not doing good. We have a ghost government. We have a criminal government. We have a fictitious government. We have nonsense government. What we have is not a government. We have a band of international criminals, intercontinental criminals in Nigeria. That's what you have.
All right, thank you so much. Let's hear from the good. You're welcome. You are muted.
Great. Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah. Let me first start by expressing my gratitude, my joy over the release or the safe return of the your school kids and their teachers. Unfortunately, from what I was hearing, they said 2 adults I think it's one of the. I think one of them will be the beheaded teacher. And I don't know another one, but they said all the kids return safely. From what I heard, so as a father of 4, whose kids go out every morning to school, I was filled with joy that day, because every day I keep imagining what if they are my kids, But thank God, I'm really I'm filled with joy. Having said that, I'm going to touch on 3 key things quickly. I heard all what you said. I was listening in the background when, although at work, when our doctor, the doctor,
Dr. Chichi.
Yeah. I was listening here, briefly, Yeah, and I quite I picked some, few things, she said, which I'm going to start, implementing my this thing. So let me go quickly. Let me start with the Keyamo issue. Anybody who knows this, and I want to use this opportunity, this medium, to appeal to the House. I think now anybody that comes after P2B is not left for us to expose that person, because all these people have skeleton in their cupboard. I don't know if any of us remember, this Keyamo during Buhari went and deceived Buhari that he was going to create 774,000 jobs.
Okay.
No, listen. After this, I will implore people, because I've started digging. I'm going to start exposing all those. This guy, imagine that time I was what kind of idea is that? You're going to employ 1,000 people from every local government, that you're going to create 4,000 jobs. They'll be sweeping the roads and cleaning the gutter. First of all, I ask, does that mean that there are no people cleaning those gutters or sweeping the street before? Only for me to hear that only for me to hear that the person in charge of Lagos State is MC Oluomo. MC Oluomo was the one writing the names of. They just, and he want to meet Buhari, and they approved the money for this guy. Only for us to see him in a video where he was wheeling a wheelbarrow and cutlass. The next thing we heard that he came to America and bought a house in America. So, House, I want us to now, from tomorrow, expose. I've seen the video of where he was wheeling that wheelbarrow. I'm not looking for that because someone, I don't know if it was a Sahara reporter that I don't know how the money to see, find that house. And initially he tried to play this, but when they amplified it, he came to he said he bought it with his money. People said, which money? You that in lawyer 20 cases, you didn't win one. So that is that. I just want people to be aware of that, Then secondly, the issue of Dave Umai. Dave Umai, we should know that the man is just a psychopath to me. And he's too full of himself. I don't know. Imagine I saw a counter video because there was this guy that wrote him I've forgotten his name. He said, Dave Umai, that P2B will not bet you that he, anywhere, very eloquent. The guy he wrote one episode.
That's Catch, Dr. Catch.
No, it's not Catch. This guy, he has dreadlocks. I'm trying to remember his surname.
Okay. Is it Farotimi? Dele Farotimi?
No, Farotimi. There's one young guy. He mentioned it. Dave Umai mentioned it in his latest rebuttal. He said he's not going to debate the guy. The guy, if you see the way he eloquently, he said that would be an insult. This is not that, but he is going to bring facts, that he has facts. While responding to Peter, he said, no, the guy should publish his credentials, that he is. like KJ said, he I remember when he came to interview at Arise.
Arise.
He claimed to be a professor. When he was questioned, what did you? He said, professor in practice. So
But
that guy,
the honor he conferred on himself by himself.
yeah, imagine
It's a
professor in
practice.
Imagine last year, one boy went to a boy state and exposed him. Do you know this guy? One of the flyover he built, car don't pass it because he want to build it at the end. I don't know. The guy even went up to instead of car passing it. They are not using the flyover as a toilet where people could go and imagine. This is somebody who built an airport that time. He was blah blah blah. It's going to be the international. And here is only vultures and white birds that are landed and taken off in that place. Even there was a time they hired it. They rented it out to people doing the prayer and worship.
A prayer and worship. Yes, at the
He
airport.
didn't tell. They didn't tell now. So they jackpot.
I understand that they beg their peace. Once in a while, let him come and showcase his one of his jet. Just park it there for 2 days, then they come and carry it so that people will. No, it's true now. Who goes to Abakaliki from where?
Imagine they were trying to let him.
I was wondering in the first place, why build airport at Abakaliki when you know that your people are not even flying to anywhere?
Imagine.
Who is going to come?
And it's just an opportunity just to siphon money.
Yeah,
I remember, I think that time he said he built it with a 45 billion naira. Imagine 45 billion naira during.
He was building for presidency. He said Buhari will hand over to Igbo man, and he must be APC. So the only APC man is in Ngige. So to rival in Ngige, he joined the APC. No, these are, you know me now. These are facts. He felt that APC in the southeast is in Ngige. So after Chris Ngige, he want to go and rival Chris Ngige. He start wearing danchiki, enter APC, be start to even insulting Ojuku. Who is Ojuku? He put us in everything. Nande Kano can never step into Ebonyi State. When the man talks like somebody who is in a beer parlor, that is what annoys me where he is. He hasn't got common sense. Sometimes he will turn against Igbo. For no unprovoked. You start to talk, say we carve Ebonyi, maybe Ebonyi should go into the middle belt. That's where it's more peaceful than this southeast. They don't regard us. He will repeat the lies being retailed by these truck pushers or wheelbarrow pushers. You're expecting him to say something of the house, something that will befit the office of the governor. He will be interested in running Ndibo down at every point. Ohaneze Ndibo, there was a time he was at war with them. In the days of before Iwanyanwu died. He doesn't recognize it. He said they should not attack Buhari. They should be. He want to bring Ohaneze close to Aso Rock. This Dave Umar himself. If I'm to write a thesis on Dave Umar, I will get another PhD. I will go another doctorate. To be honest with you, it's enough to make a thesis.
The guy is just to me, it's just a psychopath. Before I forget, do you know that this guy, even the road he claims that he's building, the Enugu Onitsha, Enugu Onitsha Express, this thing that he's building. Yeah. Do you know? Nowhere in Anambra said that he used this rod. You know, he's doing the concrete this thing.
Concrete paved.
With rod. You know, they first put rod and then pour concrete. None in Anambra. It's only from Enugu because of Enugu is an APC state. It's only doing that in only APC state. None in Anambra. I traveled. I saw it the last time I came back about 3 months ago. I said, why is this man doing this? You know? And if you check from Enugu to Abakaliki, all is concrete with a rod, you know. And that's why rod is expensive in Nigeria. Because of building materials are very expensive. Cement, even granite, even the same rod. Because I don't know about you guys, so where I am, I've never seen them using rod, you know, and concrete to do road here. I don't know about.
I've seen it. I don't know whether it's true. I've seen it in Germany because Germany is a technology. But the way the way they do their own, we don't copy very well. We must copy with the way to open some window for corruption and all whatnot. So what Dave Umar, in fact, Dave Umar is a disgrace to Igbo civilization. He's not supposed to. I don't know how these people became governors. The thing is that he.
I want to sign.
Hey. Okay, just one last. Let me touch on my last. Let me the case. Yes, somebody mentioned it earlier. I remember there was a video that came up that time during the election when she was boasting how they're going to inherit seize all the and inherit the Igbo properties. You know, she was saying in Yoruba, but I don't know if any of you understand Yoruba. She was saying, "I'm a Jogu, Igbo. I'm a Jogu, she was saying it, on two different occasions. So and now I heard yesterday she was begging Burna Boy and Davido, all of them, to stop buying all those exotic cars or all those, and be helping people, giving charity. And I asked, you that is going occupying unconstitutional office, do you know the last time I counted this this woman's convoy, 55 vehicles, and none of them are brand new. 55 vehicles on a first lady. I don't call her. She's not a first lady. She's just unconstitutional. And her husband goes around with 78 vehicles in his convoy. Imagine if what the cost of those 78 plus 55. Yeah? And now you're asking people to stop buying exotic cars and be helping people to the problem you cost. You know, after I saw a video. I never saw that video of where the husband was making promise of giving
electricity.
So after after the election, I was bitter. I was because I was in Nigeria. I participated. I knew Obi won. And then I stumbled on that video. I said, okay, even if it's only electricity that this man was able to give, because he bragged. He said, by all means necessary, whichever way,
okay,
you must have electricity.
You must have electricity. If not, don't vote me. Election, don't vote me.
And I said, okay, I will hold. I didn't. Every that I said that thing. I will hold him to that. If he's able to give us electricity, look at today. Where is electricity?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's start around now. Mr. Ike, yes, you've been throughout. What will be your parting words as we begin to wind down?
Yes, my parting word is that first of all, I want to thank my brother Odi for what he said about coming 2027. And I know Mr. Do Good, I know what he did in 2023. Almost all of us, we did our best. We know what transpired, but everything has become a lesson to all of us. And I think I am one of those people who, after the 2023 election, that decided that I want to forget Nigeria completely, because I wouldn't have anything to do with Nigeria anymore, because I know how I felt about what happened. But the time came, I decided to, we cannot allow these people to win. We are not going to surrender to these gimmicks. This game that they're playing now. the same game they played before that they're playing now, to make us say this election is already rigged, to make you believe we cannot win, to make you believe your vote cannot count, to make you believe we cannot fight back to get our vote. I want you to believe that 2023 was a big lesson to every one of us. And my advice to all of us is that your family, your friends, your schoolmate in Nigeria, please encourage everyone, go get your PVC. That is what is at stake right now. We know what INEC is doing. They're doing in a situation where you go, they will tell you that there is no, that they don't have electricity. And they keep turning people, they keep turning people away. Please, our appeal is that never you be discouraged. Advise your friends and your family, go get your PVC, because we need everybody to get the PVC. Never be discouraged about what our politicians in the Southeast are saying or doing. We know who we believe and we know who we are following. And I believe that if all of us should be able to bring one person, 3 people, 5 people, they go get their PVC. There are so many things a lot of people are doing, more especially people in diaspora. I was happy Odi said he will go back again to vote. I'm not saying that I'm going to go back to vote, but I know that the little I was able to do in 2023, and I will keep doing it. And right now, it is all about encouraging people, go get your PVC, because it's very, very important that we will not allow these people to make us believe that this election is already won. Because I know nobody should expect free and fair election. But the point remains that this time around, we are going to defend that vote, because it is your future, the future of your children, the future of your family. It is no more Obi. Obi can decide tomorrow is no more going to be in the ballot. He will never ever suffer in this world, because he's a multi-billionaire, not even in Naira, in different kinds of currencies. But he has brought himself to serve Nigeria. So it is for us to say what happened to us in 2023 will not happen in 2027. We know why they are afraid. We know who they are afraid of. Nobody's talking about Atiku Abubakar. Nobody's talking about the SDP presidential candidate. Nobody's talking about anybody. It is Mr. Peter Obi. The question you should ask yourself: Nigerian national media can never succeed, can never survive without mentioning Mr. Peter Obi in their program. Check on the network, on podcast, on internet, on online, on Facebook, anywhere, in the street, it is one man. Does not that show you something? Doesn't it tell you something? So I am encouraging all of us. We can never give up. All of us, for example, like as I said, I can decide never to have anything to do with Nigeria tomorrow. I got nothing to lose. I lose nothing. Right? And if, because we have seen it already. But that's not what we are praying for, because we have family, we have neighbors, we have people we went to school together, we have people that we played in the rain together that are still in Nigeria. So our prayer, my prayer to all of us and the encouragement is that we cannot continue to look at what the people are saying. Our duty is to play the grand game. The grand game that is not seen on the surface. And allow the people to say whatever they want to see. Another parting gift I want to tell you. The way the 2023 election was run by Mr. Peter Obi and his LP can never be in 2027. It's going to be a different ballgame. There are so many people that are working behind the scene that we don't know, we don't see. People who know, people who are playing this strategic politics that are working behind the scene. But I just want to encourage us, finally, please, if you have anybody you know in Nigeria, encourage them. They say, oh, we don't have transport. Give transport, because we know turning them back every day is a big problem. We know what cost of transport is. Those are the things that I'm encouraging all of us, because I know all of us did a lot in 2023. And I'm just appealing to everybody to let us continue to do in 2027. We will continue to do our best. We cannot give up to these people. We cannot allow them to continue. My brother Odi was saying that sometimes democracy does not work. That these people who are not Democrats, they make their countries better. But if all of us here agree, like every other Nigeria agree that Nigeria should be better, we can make that country work for everybody. So my parting gift to all of us, please encourage your family to go get their PVC. They extended it. I think they extended it more to 26th of July, if I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody let them go get one person. One person get the other person. One person get the other person. So that at the end of the day, let's see what Nigerians can be able to achieve. Thank you, KJ, for your time. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much.
CM, thank you. God bless you. My brother Odi, God bless you.
Thank you.
I wish everybody the best of the new week. God bless you all. One love.
Thank you so much. All right. One Africa. Let's have a parting shot.
Yeah, I think my brother Lamefila captured it very well. Someone mentioned something about the airport in Ebonyi. People, go to Abakaliki. The problem is that there's an airport in Enugu that is very close to Abakaliki. And most modern cities, you don't need any airports like 30 minutes, 1 hour from even bigger cities. If there's an airport about an hour away, fix the road from Abakaliki to Enugu. What do you need an airport for? You land in Enugu, and that airport is just on that road. You just get within an hour, you'll be in Abakaliki. The truth is, people people never learn from history, right? For every tribe, have, especially conquered people, have these people moles in them that misbehave. You see people like Amechi, he has been able to finally at least get vice presidential slots. People like, Igbo Bonneano was a little bit, but he was very quiet guy. He was a gentleman, right? So, he only cried after they duped him at the last election that, but people like Dave Umahi, who is a complete out, would not even learn from, Bonneano, at least, he wasn't a very good governor in Abia State, but at least, he was a gentleman. He had first class. People respected him. He was one of the people that supported this Buhari thing. Somehow he felt there was one way that Buhari would make him president. People never learn from history. Like when I was just watching him, when he they gave him stage to cry after that APC primaries. He cried and cried. I'm like, even now Jesus Carlo cried. Now they are trying to tell us revise history again. Somehow Dave Umahi believes that when Tinubu rules, he will give Northerner. The Northerner will not give him. The delusion, frankly, and all he resorts to is just insulting his own brothers. Look at Amechi. Amechi, at least, is a smart guy. He knows not to insult Tinubu too much, or he will be in Erufai's cocoon. Amechi, a full-blooded Igbo man. He, at the point, denied he was not an Igbo man. He said, no, we are not Igbo people. Now he's wearing Ishiago and red cap everywhere he's going. The only reason Atiku chose him is because he's a quasi or pseudo Igbo man. No be juju be that. I don't know where will Amechi convince? I don't. Which place will he go to convince people to vote for
Exactly.
Atiku?
No, I've thought
Where
about
is he
that too.
getting the vote
I've
from?
thought,
Is
I've
it
thought
Rumo
about it.
Kurushi or Rumola? Well, where would he go? Even in his village, Obi would still win him. Like there was a time he was even doing a war song, Ikwere war song, war dance that people were threatening him. The man built to be able to satisfy his paymasters. He built railway to Maradi. He built all the railways, and that man, he said, and you know how Buhari is. Buhari is, he actually gave most of those ministers a little free hand to do the things that they did. But they just wanted to impress him. The man built a university in Buhari's village. He built railway in the west, in the north, everywhere. He didn't build anyone in his village. He didn't build anyone in the southeast. He didn't even do east-west road. He was Minister of Transport, building everything. The man is so shameless. The other day, so who will he ask to give votes? I don't understand. Even Atiku, these people, even Atiku himself is in delusion. Going to choose him, he would have chosen at least Kenneth Okonkwo. At least that one will come out and be insulting Obi for free. At least he can do Nollywood acting. But Amechi was reeling out his successes. He even said, let Obi come and compete with him. That how he built all the infrastructure in Lagos, in the north. But I'm like, wait, your constituency that you're doing this vice president for, you didn't build anything for them because there was nothing that he could lay claim of for doing. Even the Enugu Port Harcourt Expressway, he couldn't do. So what? And now, one day, as Amechi believes that there's a way he will be president, these people think Igbo are not stupid people. If Amechi is there, and that ADP bank guy, what's his name, the Yoruba guy, was
Okay. Sheyi Makinde.
no, not Sheyi Makinde. There's the guy that was African
Okay.
Development Bank guy. You see,
Additional, Professor
Additional. If you put him and put Amechi or Devo, we'll vote for Additional now. Happily, those guys would, even, let's say Tinubu has finished now, and we don't have any other person, and then these are the two people on the ballot. Ndibo will not vote for Mahi. They will not vote for Amechi. We know where our vote will go, because Ndibo have been objective from the First Republic. The vote has been going to the people that we think will do the best. Ndibo never voted for Buhari because there was this suspicion that this guy will not make a good leader. And we were right. We didn't vote for Tinubu. We voted for Basanjo. We voted for all the good leaders we have had. Ndibo have voted them. Go and check the track records of Ndibo and their votes. We voted for Basanjo. He's still the best civilian president, at least ruling for a long time. Yaradua was a potentially good one. We voted for him. Even Jonathan, that everybody slapped and castigated and spat on, is better than these things that we have here. So anyway, look, personally, I'm not worried about. I worry about Nigeria. I won't say that I'm not. Sometimes you wake up and it hurts that that this great country. Look at how South Africans are calling us bad names, insulting us. Go back. I'm just like, like, where, if we can organize our cities, what are we going to South Africa? Have you seen what our brothers are doing in South Africa? Look at what our brothers are doing. Many of our brothers who were trapped in Ethiopia. Look at when Bianca went to Ethiopia. My heart broke. People, you see how those people were clapping and they say jump. Tinubu said they will jump. And, somebody left Nigeria. He doesn't have money to buy plane tickets to run out of danger. They are waiting for APs to come and bring you to. So you can see many of these people are there. What is holding them is plane ticket. Though. That's how these people have destroyed our country to the end. My brother is, look, like Alam Efula said, me personally, I will go, I will do my best, I will vote, I will get a lot of people to vote. And, I hope everybody does the same. And then you never know what will happen. In politics, 1 month is a long time, not to talk about 6 to 7 months, because, Lindsey Graham just died today from nowhere. If he can die of healthy decession, the Tinubu, in as much as Buhari stayed there and even got better, and now finally died after he left the office. This is God not trolling us. Buhari survived all the wickedness that he did to Nigeria. He punished us, and after he now went to die in peace. And they said there's no peace for the wicked. Buhari had died in peace. Can you imagine that? Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. CM, what's your final parting thought?
Well, the thing is, where is it? Where did I think I was? Right.
And somebody is asking for an update on the Gbaja gate. I don't know what update you want us to give you. Nigeria is a very funny place. They are calling it phantom office. How can it even be phantom office? An office that have operated for 1 year and that has a take-up grant of 27 billion. Okay. We're not asking for the 27 billion. We're concerned about 3.1 billion. What about the take-off grant? The 300 staff and plus that he has that's been working for him the last 1 year. Who has been paying them? From where the money come from?
KJ, this ministry is really not an unknown ministry. Only that it is unknown. It is unknown to millions of Nigerians, but known to those that need to know about it. It's not really unknown. Absolute.
Buhari used it.
SPV, they use it to siphon money. So that is the thing. It's not that it's known to those that it should be known to. That's why that's it. Imagine having an account with Central Bank.
Those who ask, it's not a fake agency. It's been there. Yes. Buhari used it.
It's only fake to those of us.
For those of you who think that we have a nation, there are many of such agencies that neither here nor there. They are using them as their vessel to use to siphon money from government and run their private cartels that have everywhere that's helping them execute elections. So let nobody deceive you. They know it is there. Not even the president himself knows. This man has put out pictures where you are taking with even the vice president. You are taking pictures of the vice president. So in those meetings where he has gone with the vice president attending, what does he go in as?
He may be.
Does he go in as? And that he goes in as the DG of the, whatever that agency is, That's why he goes in. They know him. The chief of staff know him. I can tell you for free that the chief of staff knows him. And if the man has played ball, he will have been till the end of his administration. The only reason is he said, no, you cannot collect 48, 47, 43% because I will not be able to even pay salaries. If he had accepted and said, okay, what thing concern me, you collect, I collect, which most of them have been doing, there wouldn't have a problem. Anyway, CM, sorry.
So you're saying the man had more integrity than
yes, yes, he has.
That's interesting.
Look, that's what brought this thing out now. That's what brought it out. And the man has said, I have my evidence. I'm not afraid to go to court. Now I see police is trying to charge him again. You see, they're trying to ambush the man. Okay, they want to ambush him this Monday by going to charge him again, and arrest him afresh. But the man is saying, you guys, you're already taking me to court. Let us meet on Tuesday in the court. Why go to look for him on Monday? Why go to look for him? And the man says, my life is in danger. I cannot disclose where I am. Okay?
Yes.
So what is wrong with that? This is the thing. These are the contradictions that are in the system that people come from tribal point of view. This man is saying, no, I'm not illegit. Okay, I'm legit because I bought it with 600 million. I paid 400 million, remaining 200 million, which I'm supposed to balance. So it's not as if what I'm doing is this thing. What I do need to talk about here, guys?
KJ, if you hear the way they pronounce million, billion, trillion, you ask yourself, how much will it cost to give Nigeria 24-hour electricity? How much will it really cost? But when you hear them talk of billion this, million this, billion, you now start to wonder, what really are these people up to? Eh? What really are these people up to? Ordinarily, Gbaja Mila should not even get close to government house. Somebody who stole the money belonging to his client as a lawyer, somebody in need, in difficulty, will come to you, come and defend me or come and help me present a case, and you end up defrauding the person. Which means if the person hadn't come to you, you wouldn't be defraud the person. It's like in medicine, a patient who is sick will run to you as a doctor, save me. Then you take advantage of that patient. It's not good now. That is professional misconduct of the highest order. So what is there is that, in a nutshell, is that Nigeria every day. If Nigerian news should be
just hold on, so you can also include that. I want to again, Mr. Obino, listen. Buying positions in Nigerian government is not. It didn't start with Tinubu. We're not blaming him for that. Almost every other government have such people who trade for the office. It's not. It didn't start. It became worse during the APC years. It became worse. Okay, the 8 years of Buhari was the highest point in Nigerian history, where it goes up to those outrageous amounts. But whether people use money for influence to get you to the presidency or connect you in Abuja, there is a business there. I live in Abuja, I can tell you. It's people set up office. I have gone to one under I don't want to call his name, but there was a minister of works who came from who's from Rivers, Edo State. That's much I can go. He had an office in the place called Zone 1. Okay, where if you go there, the contracts are out there, and then from there you make your own bid, and whatever you are going to have, if you pay the requisite amount, they get that thing out for you. That place, it was more hotter than the man's office, because every that presidential meeting, a fake meeting. After the fake meeting, everybody dies to that place. These are not things that are hidden. Okay, so let's not even debate that, oh boy. Okay, we're only simply saying that it became too bad in this administration. The last eight Buhari and this one now. That's when everything became monetized in Nigeria. We're not here to just talk anyhow. Some of us have been in these places and seeing what goes on. All right, go ahead, sir.
Okay, yeah. My conclusion is that probably Nigerian affairs, current affairs, should be discussed almost on a second-to-second basis, because it breaks up. News are breaking out every day. If not kidnapped and returned, it will be another fresh murder. Or for Gbaja Gate, before you finish from Gbaja Gate, they introduce P2B into the fray, just to make sure that Nigerians are kept away from what goes on under them. And then trust Nigerians. Everybody will just be jumping like a monkey and banana. Hey, this. See, the more you look, probably maybe the more you should see, not really the less. If you look, yeah, you know. Because the way this government, my this thing, I'm having the suspicion that known but unknown ministry should be a source of, an avenue to loot the country, and they use it to build a war chest for them who want to continue in power. This APC, that is just what they want to do. I don't think there's any other thing. They do not have the welfare of the people at heart. The other day I read that the next Remi Tinubu say he donated 1 billion. I don't know what I say. He donated. Say he has given bill, and you ask yourself, even Innocent, who manufacture cars and then genuine, Innocent can donate 1 billion. No way. Not that he doesn't have, he has. But every 4 weeks he has to pay salary, probably
Yes.
on a daily basis. Yeah. And then pay tax to government and pay salary to workers. Otherwise, they will carry placard. You hear that Innocent doesn't pay workers. So he can donate. Your Chikas, they can donate all this 1 billion you are hearing. It's only, but how did Reni Tinubu saw 1 billion? You won't know. These are just people helping themselves, freeloaders, according to people. Say they are freeloading, downloading Nigerian money into where they don't know. Well, they said all hope should not be lost. Let's hope against hope that P2B makes it, crosses the line, so that Nigeria will have a taste of somebody who can say, this man, at the age of 60, EFCC found nothing on him, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65 this year. By next year, he becomes 66. Is it at the age of 66 that P2B will start to loot treasury? Can you see? I always like to apply common sense. At the age of 66, he will start to go and buy a house in Dubai. When he donates every week or every other day, all the money he has, he donates it to charity. If you want to know where P2B is, just come and send a message that there's a school of nursing in one rural area that is impassable. P2B will go and visit them. He wants to develop all these things. But when all these things are happening, the people you are fighting for, they are after the crumb. After to an average Nigerian, they believe every day should be general election so that they can queue up and then get one mudu of gari or one rice or one cup of rice, and then go home and tell you that Tinubu knows what he's doing. It's a shame anyway, but what can people do? Only that I will allow people to keep up the distance. There is no way this government should continue in office. Nigeria has had far more after Buhari's infected, what is it called, punishment, on Nigerians. He decreed the wickedness and poverty. Then Tinubu now sort of took it to the summit of what the world have not seen before. And they are making noise everywhere. It's a shame. So in rounding up, let me just, KJ, I thank you very much. In fact, there's even something I said, the thing we will talk about. Maybe the thing we will talk about. There's a way, because on the day is the things that matter. I mean, I'm not interested in all this. Aburi Accord, because it's still relevant. The Willings Commission report, what it is.
I sent you a text, CM. Let's talk about that outside. I sent you a text saying,
okay,
we reframed it. I wanted to do the flyer, but you were not responding. So
okay,
I didn't know.
Maybe I missed the text message now, because so many useless text messages. Okay, so many useless text messages are entering my WhatsApp. I don't know how people got my number. I don't know. People are just, to be honest, there's an epidemic since either last month. I keep deleting. I say I don't know all these things. So it must have, misses were consumed. I don't know. But if I see you, I stored your number now. I don't want to say that. Otherwise, these are the things that matter to help people understand that the journey of Nigeria is not a journey of anyhow journey. It's a journey that you have to open your eyes so that the more you look, so that the more you will see, not the less now. The more you look, the more you will see. Because there are a lot of thieves in high places. Thank you, KJ.
Thank you so much, CM. I really appreciate your coming in and the time we spend with you guys. Yes, the good. Your final parting word.
I don't really have much to say. Something CM said now that caught my attention. He said something about the people you are trying to help, but are interested in the crumbs. Exactly what I've been going through my mind all this, and I was so glad someone coined up one word about 3 weeks ago. Olodo uprising. Honestly speaking, if you are the type that spend time in Nigeria, you'll be wondering, are these people under some kind of spell or what? Honestly, I mean, you see somebody who you think is a graduate, and then if you start talking there, you'll just be wondering. And I'm so glad because I've been looking for a word to describe these people. When I had that word, Olodo uprising, I said by YC or whatever, I said, hey, yes, this is what I've been looking for.
Now they can also Nigerians will go to university. When they graduate, they become worse than they were before they entered.
Yeah. And that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. I said, before I left Nigeria, I stopped eating cow meat. Because I think that some of those meat is confusing people.
Probably.
Well, no offense to anybody who is selling meat. This is my own thing. Because the way we sometimes reason is difficult to understand it. The ordinary man, the people putting their life, for instance, people like Shore, they are putting their life on the line on daily basis. People like Obi, they are putting their life on the line on daily basis. But the same people, you don't want to.
KJ, we discussed hard news. This should be a comic relief now. Nice session we are in comic relief.
Oh yes.
Did any of you witness? Before I've witnessed in Nigeria. I think under Ruben Abati said it. A bakery in Lagos. Maybe their bread was so bad that they decided to line people up. And we are giving people bread in Lagos in those days. I mean, how many years ago? They were giving people. So in the course of lining up, Nigeria, they can be orderly. So somebody was whipping them to stay in line just to collect bread.
Yes.
Now, listen. That was in Lagos. So if you see, in Nigeria, when you collect with one hand left, it will tell you the right one from this. But now, I've graduated this bread now, you no longer queue to take it. Your own is the motor will be passing and be throwing it like
to you. Okay.
Thank you so much. Like they did in the kitty. Boy, I mean, motor, just throwing it to the people bread.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. At Obino, you've been actually an interesting guy. I don't have propaganda. I don't know why you keep saying that, but it's okay. It depends what if that will satisfy you, good, I'm fine. But you can also check out some of this we have said here. And all of them.
Don't mind that guy. That guy is an Agbado
yes,
in the
I'm coming.
I know them. He's an Agbado in this guy.
On this channel, is there anything we have said that have not come to pass? When the election was won and they were celebrating, we said Wike was going to come to the center. Didn't we say that? We said MC Olumo was going to become the president of Nigerian Agbora Association. Didn't we say that? We said that whatever we said here have come to pass. Even now that they are proposing the six years term, we said that it's going to benefit Tinubu first. Because that's what his intention is, to get that thing done, and then he will be the first beneficiary of it, so that he will continue to be in the presidency till maybe God call him home. These are things we are saying here. We're not just pontificating for nothing. We're telling you what happened because we have followed this news back to back for several years. So if you come here, come with an open mind, and don't always think one is against Tinubu. The truth of the matter is that Buhari have ruled and have gone. That 8 years that he has spent on the throne of Nigeria will not be recovered again in this lifetime. It will never be recovered. Children born 8 years ago will never be 1 year afterwards. They are 8 years now. The same way, if you add another 16 years of Tinubu, children born 16 years ago will not be 1 year old. They'll be 16 years afterwards. So let's know that we are joking with the destiny of our children and of our countrymen. It doesn't pay anybody for us to. We are moving to countries where our lives where we feel safe and our children can get some form of quality life. Is it because we don't like to be in our communities? Is it because we don't like our own nation? Why be it that we will not be able to satisfy to sit down and discuss pertinent issues that are affecting the livelihood of our people? If that is brought up, the person is an ethnic jingoist. If that's brought up, the person is being sectional. If it's brought up, that person is not in APC. Is that how other nations did their own and became who they became? No. The good thing about those of you who are in America know that the Americans do not waste time to call a spade a spade. They don't waste time. And if your evil is caught, you must do the time. That's what they have a saying. If you don't like to do the time, don't do the crime. But if you are caught doing the crime, you must do the time. There's no two way about it. So let us copy properly, and let us not always run to go and look for the worst examples to compare to our own situation. Why not we look for the best examples and compare to our own situation? Every time they say, fuel is going up, even in America. Do you know how many safeguards that the Americans have for their people? Has anybody ever asked how many safeguards that those people put in place for their own people? Do you know that people can actually go get homes? They call them town homes. The government give to their people if you don't have money to pay rent. Do you know that government step in to pay rent for some people? How many of your own government does that kind of thing? Do you know that there are places you call food stamps? People go to get money or get food at every time, almost every month they get that food stamp. Their own people. So when we were quick to, and then the stupid man called Daniel Boala, which we didn't get to, but I think that one deserves a special program of its own because we cannot hit it and run. We need to take it down and analyze every piece of that nonsense he talked about. That same people in diaspora who he said they are washing bomb and doing many jobs are paying 11% of your GDP. The money coming from the diaspora people is what is making him to be paid salary in Nigeria there. But he can open his mouth because he's sitting in amongst people who clap at everything that he said instead of asking pertinent questions and talk rubbish. Okay? And now a person who is entering at level the first beginning who is earning 60,000 naira is better than somebody who is earning 2,500 pounds. How reasonable is that? Even a little boy of 10 years old will know that is not possible. But that is what they tell people. And people support it. People go ahead to begin to write, to say, yes. Look, the man who is whatever menial job you call it that he's doing here is far better off than the permanent secretary who cannot even do anything. PAMSEC, I'm not talking about, if any PAMSEC who is living by his earnings can never be compared to somebody who is, living in the US or in the UK. So let's not deceive ourselves. We can decide to be stupid, but doesn't mean that the rest of the world is stupid with us. Let's get some sense. And on that fateful note, we draw the curtains here. I like to live on a happy note, but today it seems to me that Daniel Boala's interview was just rubbish. And I want to praise those of you who are outside of Nigeria for whatever work you are doing. You are showing the resilience of the Nigerians. You are showing the compatriotisness of you as a patriotic Nigerian, sending back resources to keep your family going. If not for those resources, many things will happen.
You see, KJ, what Daniel Boala said, people coming abroad to come and do what type of job? That job, as a Nigerian, you are still a minority in that job. The white people are dominating it. So
yes.
which one? No, you see, because when he talks, people will think that the work you think that black people are doing, let's say in the UK, you are still a minority. Ask anybody, you are still a minority in that any organization you enter, whether the one carrying dead body or whatever, you are still a minority. Even you may think, you see, that is that arrogance, purported safe word. What you don't want anything? Why people are cleaning bomb of their people in their own country? Can we clean our own in our own country? Is it possible? Can they even pay? Even if you are willing to clean, can people pay you? The fact that white people in their own country, English people are doing that job, proudly doing it, so now done it for years, and they are paying them. So when you come as a black man, you now feel as a Nigerian. When you come in, oh, this, so which means they will just put you at the Downing Street to be the secretary to the prime minister. Then you know you have a right. For what? What do you think you are?
You see, CM, what makes it sad is that they say these things to very gullible people who agree. You don't look at the fact that a country is so developed that they are taking care of their elderly ones and they are paying those who are serving them. You don't see that way. You don't see the fact that the system is so much concerned about each individual in the demography that they are now able to take care of their old and give them a befitting life until they eventually bid goodbye. That is what we should be asking ourselves, rather than looking for how to belittle people just because you want to win a cheap political point. Okay.
The job we are coming to do, you're a minority. So
hold on. See, if it's not because of a failed system, will somebody who is a special assistant even get as much as you are getting? Exactly. If you want to know that Nigeria is totally turned upside down, professors, how much are they being paid, and how much are your legislators collecting? Some of them who never even went to school.
Or even Daniel Boala himself.
Daniel Boala yourself, how
much is he collecting?
But because the system is broken, that is why a professor, despite every of the things they've done, a PhD holder and all that, they're in the university, struggling to bring up the youth, and you people are collecting more. And an idiot who's sitting at the minister of FCT can tell you, I bought a Rolls Royce, so what? So what? And all of you are clapping for him. That is the problem. And that is why the country remains high where it is. Until we all come to a position where we say we want to build a nation. One of the reasons why me and say want to work on Abori Accord is because the same Abori Accord that you people refused many years ago is what people are trying to put in place now. So some people are seen ahead of time before you even see it.
Do you know there was something called the regional police in Aburi Accord?
Of course.
Which is state police now. Regional police. They know.
Anyway.
And that is what they want to implement through the back door. First of all, they floated it as headline. It was 2 weeks ago. The people to look, and then this will oh God, Nigeria.
Okay, so see, if we continue, we won't leave today.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Sam, for coming. I want to thank all of you who have supported us so far. Yes. Thank you, Gayo Wale Lele. Thank you so much.
Gayo Walele. Okay, guy na my man. Guy,
okay, Guy Walele, thank you so much.
You follow me, come here again, Guy. Well
thank
done.
You for coming to support your friend. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Please make time also to join us so that we all have the discussion together. Thank you so much. Okay, Joseph Oji.
Oh, Joseph Oji. Okay.
Okay, Joseph Oji. Thank you so much also for following and coming. We would like to also see you participate in our discussions. You guys will bring a fresh style, a fresh perspective to what we're already doing here. We really appreciate you. My friend, Mr. Obino, thank you so much. You've been here, you started with us, and you are still here to the end. Appreciate your contributions and all your suggestions and all that. We appreciate it. Nobody's comment is rejected. It is what you feel. You have the right to have that comment, your opinion made known. And everybody, other person, hilarious, and everyone. I can see Kulata. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your coming and the time you spent. Every one of you who have been here since we started, want to say thank you so much. And to say my parting word will be to all Nigerians. Nobody is saying Nigeria is not good or cannot be good, but we're simply saying if we are serious in building a nation, let's come together and do what is right and leave out plain foolishness or plain sectionalism, because that's not going to help us build. I don't know. Yes, America may not be a perfect country, but it's close to that point where some of these very minute things are no longer a problem here. And that's why we will say, let's look on to making a perfect or near perfect society where tribe and tongue will not be what plays a major role. But the fact that we have come together to be a nation will be what we will all be after, building an egalitarian society where all man will be equal and nobody is above the law. As long as there are certain people who are more special, who cannot conform to the law, neither will they conform to the principles that govern a nation, it's going to be difficult for us to have a cohesion that will help lead us to becoming one nation. That's the truth. And certain individuals have come to the point to say, this is not going to work because we have passed the threshold where we can reverse. But in God, nothing is too late. Where there's a will, or where there's a desire, where there's a will, there's a way. If the will is there for among the Nigerian people, the way will surely come. But if we are continually going to be telling ourselves these lies, nothing is going to happen that'll be different from what we are seeing now, even in the next 100 years. Let's make a way and let's make a move when the sun is still out. There's a famous book I read those days when I was secondary school. They written by, I can't remember the author now, but I remember the title very well. If tomorrow comes, because tomorrow will always come. Let us make sure that today we prepare for what tomorrow will bring. If not, by tomorrow, I remember a famous saying that says, let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we shall surely die. But that will not be our portion in Jesus' name, and that will be only work if we put our acts together to bring a better society. I'm sure that if our society improves today, majority, millions of Nigerians who are experts in many fields will begin to go back to Nigeria to make a change. That is our desire, and that's our prayer. And that's the purpose, one of the purposes why we gather here, to banter ideas, to try them out, to talk about them, so that those who are listening can take it and run with it. I thank you all so much, and we'll sign off for now. Thank you.
1,911,844,833 naira and 46. I'll take that again. 1,911,844,833 1 trillion. This money is too much for me. One.